MakingStarWars.net.
Filmed in front of a live internet.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net, and we're going to be talking about spoilers from episode 1 and 2 of Star Wars Kenobi, which we just finished watching, and Max will be here in a second, I think.
Mhm.
So, yeah. So if you don't want to be spoiled, you haven't watched it yet, you probably shouldn't watch this one. Otherwise, yeah. So there we go. All right. So, yeah. But what did you think, Allison? We'll start with you since we don't get to hang out with you that often.
I enjoyed them. I thought they were both fun. I kind of wish there was a bit more lightsaber fights, but I'm assuming that will happen as it goes on. But yeah, I had fun. I liked them.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're gonna move in downtown to Lightsaber Town pretty soon.
Mhm. The thing with the Grand Inquisitor, I wasn't really expecting, but the Rebels version of him had a thinner head anyway, so maybe that was it.
Yeah. What I mean, the question I have is, I don't think she killed him.
Yeah, she might not have,
because I didn't know it went that far. That's one of the things that I knew about, but I didn't think it went that far. So I don't know if there's something that I don't understand or if there's something more to it. But yeah, but that was
what do you mean?
The Grand Inquisitor in the second episode. But we're getting a little ahead.
Yeah.
I think we should probably go back and just really quickly. Did you like it, Max?
I did. I did. That when he got when she killed him, that I got confused. That's why I was like,
yeah.
I'm not sure if he's dead because he is in Rebels, and I think it's supposed to be the same guy.
I wondered if it was. I wondered for a second if it was a different.
Okay, but let's not go to the second episode. We're going back downtown, but to the first episode. We will start. We will get there. I promise. All right, Rob, did you like it?
Yeah. I mean, cinematically, it feels more like a prequel TV show than like a Rogue One, or even A New Hope to me. So,
yeah,
like there's. So, I'm not a fan of. I'm not sold on the John Williams Kenobi theme, if that even exists. I couldn't tell you what it is.
Okay.
The music that Natalie Holt and all that did is fine. It's cool. It's just I'm also not getting like when you go to a certain town or something, like you're not getting the sounds of the town and stuff. Like the sound design is fairly minimal. The thing about the first episode that I thought was a little like, all right, is when Nari just knocks down like a pole and they're like, oh no, the pole. Like I'm like, I just think, if you're like hunting down Jedi, like moving a pole out the way with the Force or cutting it out,
cutting it with a lightsaber.
It's not a big deal. It's like the most minimal of obstructions. Like I don't like that's one of those things where I'm like, I wish they would have taken that and made a sequence out of it. And maybe that's
I didn't catch that.
Of
the
volume.
I didn't catch that part. So and then on the sound stuff, I haven't I had the sound a bit down because I didn't want it bleeding into the stream that we had going and getting it canceled. So you know what I mean? So, but
yeah, so it's all. I mean, I like it. Probably little less than Mando, way better than Boba. I mean, it's good.
It looks better than Boba. It looks like good Boba at its worst, I think.
Right.
On Tatooine, I'm saying.
But it still has that it still has that digital play feel. You know what I mean? Like they're on a play.
Yeah.
You can see the boundaries of it's weird because it's a 2.35, almost a 2.35 scope, right?
Mm-hmm.
With that's why I said it's very prequel-ish in some ways, in that way. But other than that, man, I mean, it's cool. The only thing that I'm the Alderaan stuff was all very well done. I thought
I am with
all the city stuff.
I'm with Bespin though. Leia running in every moment was like, "Come on, kid, let's go!" It felt slow and
it felt very slow.
I don't know if it was supposed to.
Yeah,
that's why I said
she's a little kid,
she's running
so
slow.
I'm not holding it against her as a kid, but
Would have
Yeah.
been funny if they had cut to like an acrobatic little person as her, so she,
That would've been
they're like
Oh.
sliding and doing cartwheels. But I mean, that looked ridiculous.
Before I
right?
forget, there used to be a moment where a little person ran between a character with two on stilts like this in Mos Eisley, and it
Yeah.
was cut from A
They
New
cut
Hope, and you could see it in the holiday special at one point. It's a cut moment from there. They literally did it in in the episode with Leia.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't understand why, like they're writing drama, these writers or whatever, right? They're writing drama, they're writing stuff. But when it comes to like conceptualizing a sequence, I just don't like a chase sequence or something. It's just not as put together in that way. Does that make any sense? Am I making?
Yeah.
You know?
No,
It doesn't, like I think George would have found something more entertaining somewhere if he were like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
what it is that when you look at it, there was pretty much. I don't know how many sets there were, but there was probably about 12 to run through, and you probably needed about 24 setups to really make it feel like she was running through long places.
so she's always just like running out into the woods. It's like, I don't know, like maybe she had like a speeder, but I don't know. Like it's just one of those things where I don't know the boundaries of their budgets, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it,
The chase is.
it was funny. Sorry, go ahead. No?
Allison?
Okay, so
I said the chases felt slow. Was my issue.
Yeah. I'm with you there too. That was like a problem with it. But when we get back to like the opening shit with Tatooine and stuff like that, that stuff generally played like it did in my head from the reports that I did. So like most of that stuff, it had the subtlety that I appreciated it. I was a little bit afraid that it, like in my head, that stuff was going to play slower and it was going to be really, really fast in the way that it was done. And it would just be like, come on, let's get on with it. And, you know, but I thought they did really, really good character moments with Kenobi when he is turning down the call to save Leia and stuff. I felt like I was pretty convinced that he felt like a loser. And that he was really stuck in that mundane life, which I appreciate. I care more about the character thing than, you know, in this opening stuff. Now the action shit when we haven't actually like if when we just look at like the story as we know it, none of this is the action stuff yet.
Yeah,
Like,
I hear that.
is-
What there's also this thing where it's like, okay, Bale calls him, but then like a day later, Bale's like found his cave, you know, traveled from Alderaan to the farthest outer reaches of the Republic,
hyperspace.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, Tatooine, which is way the fuck out there. Parked the ship, you know what I mean? Found a cave. I guess the hollow thing's I don't know, man. Like,
it is a whole day
it's
later.
one of those.
It is a whole
It's
day.
one of those Disney. This is one thing I do put on Disney. Their distances.
No,
is a
they
little
make
weird
it
to me, bro.
they make it from Tatooine to Alderaan in A New Hope, and it's not like it's been 3 days. It's literally been like
Well, they
It just
don't.
feels like
They don't
the problem is
reveal how long it takes. It gives you the impression they were flying for a bit in A New Hope because they're sitting there relaxing on the ship and everything.
mhm.
But the whole thing is they just move at speed of plot, and the plot needs him to be there the next day, so he's there the next day.
Yeah, I don't feel like it's Book of Boba. Like, how do they get from there to there constantly? Just whatever's convenient, you know, or Game of Thrones at the end.
sure. I just wish that had he. It's just one of those things where it's like, had it been at the beginning of a second episode where he rejects the call, and then in the beginning of the second episode, Bale arrives, there'd be a sense of time. You understand what I mean? Like, it's just that. It's whatever. It's not. It's never been. The weird thing is like Nari just finding him out in the middle of the night, just like, hey, you know, it's ran right into you. Like,
Yeah.
you know, that's one of those like.
Well, I like how Deborah
one
Chow
set-
shot it though. She shot it a little bit like R2D2. Did you notice that? I think maybe
Yeah, a
I'm
little
reading
bit.
into it, but I think it was a little bit of that sneaking around
So-
kind of thing.
His cave. It's a droid, right? It's the top to an R2.
It's just
unit as, like, security-
it's just the sensor. It's just a sensor from a droid. Yeah, he's using the sensor from a droid, but there's like I don't think there's a droid under the sand, so to speak. Like
Yeah,
that was how it was
it's the
explained to
sensor
me.
unit, what I thought it was, but he means the whole way that he kind of snuck up. It felt like R2 sneaking through the like where the Jawas were watching him and stuff. I think
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm getting
That,
at. Is
I thought Lola was gonna be cuter.
Well, no, that's what I told you. Everyone's like, watch it, like Star Wars news. That was all. Watch out, BB-8, Baby Yoda. There's a new cute stuff. It's like, no, like they literally were like fucking annoyed with that. They were like, that's not what we were going for at all.
I
This
didn't
is
hear
this is
that.
supposed to be like a video. Yeah, it was like a whole thing. But yeah,
Oh,
it's like
it's gonna be the next drone you buy, right?
It's supposed to be just a toy. I mean, it's just her little buddy, you know.
Yeah, a little flat.
Yeah,
pancake
but
droid.
It'll be the next. It'll be the next droid you can buy at the Disney parks. It'll be a little drone you can fly around.
I think it'll be a stupid fucking hat, honestly. Because it
Probably
has
will
the
be.
ears, you know.
It's
Yeah,
yeah,
it'd be
it's very simple though.
It'd be a stupid fucking Mickey Mouse looking hat. Yeah, probably. But yeah, I mean, like in terms of I don't know. Did anything from the first episode really surprise you guys? Like,
Oh, I would have really loved it if they had the multiple holes for the lightsaber. Nope, that's not where it was. And he's like referring to his map or something. Like, I thought it was right here.
That was funny when you
it's
said that.
wait, are you asking for Obi-Wan doesn't remember where he parked? Like
Yeah.
that sequence?
Well, it's Did you see the movie Stand By Me?
I mean,
long
he was
time
he was disconnected
There's-
already. That would have been funny.
Uh-oh.
I
You're in
just
trouble.
turned off the Alexa.
Alexa, watch Stand By Me.
No, it was probably gonna start playing the song.
Yeah, I'm personally not really getting any of the Inquisitors at this point, so I guess I don't really know the backstories. But like,
I don't like the fifth
it's
brother.
just-
You
I
do.
don't, I don't much like any of them. Like, to
plays
be
really
honest
bad.
with you, like
Yeah.
I don't think any of they're all rubbery and
Yeah.
kind of like goofy. Like,
They're
so they're. This is the prequel part where I'm like, this is very prequel-y. Like, it's just caricature-y. You know, I know people go, oh, I'm defending the prequels. Like, you defend it all you want, man. But I just don't get any sense of, like, real threat from anybody, you know? So,
I will say that so when we saw like the trailer and stuff of the first the Grand Inquisitor, I wasn't satisfied with the way he looked, but I did forget about it when just watching it. You know
Yeah.
how he, if it's what
needs a thinner head.
how he's portrayed in Rebels.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, that was kind of when they were in the city and he's talking to her. I actually thought the performance was for him was like really good. But the one thing that I do question is that Reva is very much like a tough American in her performance. And then he's like a snooty British guy. And then the fifth brother just like, God damn it, everybody stop. You know, and I'm just like, what's kind of going on here? I don't know about it's like weird. I don't really have a problem with it. Well, the fifth brother sucks, but I don't have a problem with any of them like by themselves, but all together, I don't know about the dynamic, and I hope we don't have too much more of it going forward. By themselves, I think that they tend to work a little bit better. But yeah. Bestman says he really enjoyed the episode, some silly parts, but overall I really liked it.
Yeah, I enjoyed them. I thought they were fun.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to more. I agree with Rob with the prequel feeling. It definitely has that, and I'm not really a person to go and defend the prequels. I like.
I'll fight you.
You'll
No?
lose.
I know.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I guess that's why I'm like, I don't know what you guys' problem is. I don't know what the big problem is here.
No, I mean, I still watch the prequels. They're
Yeah.
just not my favorite movies of Star Wars. I'm definitely more of towards the original trilogy, even though I really did love The Last Jedi. So
Yeah. I think it was a good idea for them to do episode 1 and episode 2 together. When we do get to Alderaan, there is a little bit of that like, oh, she's, you know, this isn't your average kid, you know, kind of thing. And it didn't play as poorly as I feared, to be honest with you. Like, that was the stuff that I really was like, it sounds really kind of mundane when she's like having to go, you are our daughter and we love you, and all of that kind of shit was going to happen. I was a little bit afraid of that stuff being like, oh God, but I don't think I hated it. But I will say when she runs away and goes out into like the woods or whatever of Alderaan, I did not feel like she was on Alderaan when she was out in those woods.
No,
it did not feel like what we were seeing.
This amazing Alderaan Macquarie city, and then this little door with some woods,
And then now she's in a fucking park in Los Angeles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's at Heritage Park, bro. You know what I mean?
much.
Those fucking kids running around Heritage Park. You can't stop them. Yeah. They get sidetracked by everything. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know, man. I almost wish, I don't know how their production is, like their pre-production is, but like I wish there was just some form of like continuous geography. Does that make sense? Like when you go to Jane Erso's house on that planet at the beginning of Rogue One, like I know where everything is. Jin Erso, sorry, Jin Erso's planet. Like I know where everything is. When they land, they're here, they get under, they go out, she goes, like I know all that. Here I'm like, I don't know where everything's, I don't know how this shit's connected. You know what I mean? I don't know. And this has been a problem.
Well, that's
it's not a big deal when it's on a Mando episode.
Robert De Niro.
I guess maybe
it's Robert De Niro's fault, I think. I don't have the money.
All right.
The money.
Yeah, I don't know. So like, it's fine. I just the disappointment. The only thing I like all the acting, except for the Inquisitors. Like all of them are just. I'm not feeling any one of them.
They're kind of flat.
Like had the Jedi at the beginning clearly been those three, or it had clearly been Reva and someone else, and they felt betrayed, it'd be one thing. But I'm not tying the opening sequence with anything we're seeing. You know what I mean? Like that opening sequence was actually pretty cool. The design, the saber blade widthness was cool. The camera work was cool.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not getting the connection between that scene and the rest of this series, other than we're just seeing what happened when they, stormed and all the Jedi are being hunted. Like the recap covers that. And the weird part about the recap is Kenobi dreams about the recap later. So it's like, you see the recap and then Kenobi dreams about the recap.
What was with Obi-Wan dreaming of Anakin flying the ship when he
wasn't even there?
That was weird.
Yeah,
that was a weirder one. That was a weirder choice to me on that one.
Know.
Yeah. And
one of my complaints about the Phantom Menace was Obi-Wan should have been the one who found Anakin. And like, it's just one of those things, man.
There were a couple of assholes who were mocking me, big YouTubers.
I did not
mocking me. Yeah, I know. It wasn't you. You're a different big YouTuber. And they were saying, they were like, I was like, there are flashbacks, but I said it before, like there's flashbacks, but it's just like Revenge of the Sith kind of Attack of the Clone stuff. Like that's what I said, and I'm like, but the real flashback that's new is in the later episode, and it's not this. I was berated by them, and now I hope they feel like stupid guys.
Stupid.
But I thought that was, but I thought it was like pretty much just the flashback stuff was just dream stuff. And
Go ahead.
No. And I actually liked how that was done. That they did it in a dream, as opposed to going with him sat on the EOP version. You know what I mean? I think there might have been. I have a feeling they might have done that two ways now. And the way that they did it, I think I liked it better than what I heard about him on the EOP.
Did you feel that he that he really was bothered or tormented or whatever by what happened to him?
Yeah. I bought it, and you could tell like where he had like a hard time, like when he's doing the space whaling thing of the sand.
I need to watch it again. I think maybe a little harder.
Sure.
How does that meat stay so fresh?
It looks good. Kind of want some. I said
it's called salt. Salt.
Salt.
So juicy. I don't know if the salt would keep it juicy.
Is it meat or is it like?
It's
or do you think it's sushi?
Whale.
But it's like, but anyways, I like that. Like, you see, but what they did that was smart is you see the guy get punched in the stomach. He can't feed his family and he leaves. Do you think Obi-Wan's going to give him his money? But Obi-Wan doesn't even do that. Obi-Wan's like, I fucking can't get involved. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then he's just, more defeated. And that was a moment where you're like, you want him to do that, but he can't do it. And so I was personally slightly frustrated. I'm sure there's some dummies will get really mad about that and hate the show for it or something stupid. Fuck them.
Probably.
But the point is, you're supposed to feel that, and I did, and so I thought that was pretty effective. All right, because I am getting like DMs out the fucking ass right now about the Grand Inquisitor thing. I want to throw it out there. I don't think he can be dead. I don't think he's dead. But let's also remember that before he dies, he literally says there's some fates worse than death.
Yeah.
And maybe it's being brought back over and over again, like as a clone with consciousness or something weird. Maybe there is a weird twist here. We don't understand it.
Yeah, I kind of figured that there must be a twist.
I don't think he's dead.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to come back as a clone or whatever. I think that'd be kind of dumb. But
yeah,
I'd be fine with him living through it and getting, stapled back together or whatever. So
how do you think he's going to go? How are they going to go back to Nur to work tomorrow?
They go back to Nerve to work tomorrow?
They go back to Nur. They go to work.
Oh,
they're
I
like
in there. Nerve. I'm like, what is
no Nur, the underwater base, and they're just like, how does that happen?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm just saying,
he just gets modified.
If I'm like a diet Sith Lord, and you stabbed me, I'm gonna fucking eat your heart. Like, I'm gonna Molaram, I'm gonna get crazy, and
Revus just stabs us all the time. It doesn't matter. We mod ourselves. That's where they store the Mountain Dews now.
Oh my God! What would you do if
she
they
stabs
actually
them?
did
They got
that?
another Mountain Dew.
What would you do if they
the
did
Mountain Dew
mod?
here? Huh? Yeah, right. Yeah.
Would you be a little pissed off?
Reva, do the do.
Reva. Everyone called her Reva.
I'm still gonna call her Reva. I don't care.
It's Reva.
She's my fucking boss. He ain't the Inquisitor of this guy. I'm the Inquisitor of this guy.
No, the Inquisitors didn't bother me. They were
kind of flat, but I basically am just looking at them as people for Obi-Wan to chop in half.
But I'm thinking of them more in like Rebels.
Well, I like the ones
like knowing what they were in Rebels.
Yeah, but that might be the problem.
Yeah,
is that in Rebels they
were badass in Rebels.
I disagree. I think they were exactly that. That's
really?
I think they were two-dimensional Disney XD fucking bad guys, and that's
they
what
were just
they are here.
Stupid bad guys, but I thought they were like kind of badass the way they used them and stuff.
They were
and
helicoptering around.
No, that was dumb, and they should never have done that. But up until that point, they were pretty badass until Ahsoka beat the shit out of them, which I love that too. So.
Yeah, Thomas Shane says people are already crapping on Reva because she's not likable. She's a villain, and she's not supposed to be. Laugh out loud. Yeah, I actually thought she was. I thought she came across very tough, and I like that. I thought that was good.
Oh God,
personally.
Yeah, I did. I didn't have a problem with her.
But her scene with the fifth brother, like in the alleyway on Tatooine, that was needed another take or seven, or just cut it. Yeah,
I was thinking that's a cut.
It doesn't do anybody any favors.
Yeah, that's maybe a silly part that Bespin's talking about.
Yeah,
I will be right back.
Okay,
after these messages.
I mean, they all look like salamanders in rubber suits, and then she's the odd one out. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm not feeling the villains in this so far. Any of them. We'll see.
Chilean Airways, as we call you, said, I liked it. My only question is, how the hell do any of the Inquisitors know that Vader is Anakin? Shouldn't only Palpatine and Tarkin know at this point? I'm assuming the Grand Inquisitor isn't actually dead. I personally don't really think he's actually dead.
I don't think he's dead. Also, I didn't get the Inquisitors knew that he was Anakin. I knew that he was Vader.
Well,
That
Well,
was
she
the
says
impression.
Anakin Skywalker in the second episode.
yeah, she like literally says, "Oh, he's
Oh,
coming
I
for
didn't.
you."
I
Yeah,
didn't hear it. So
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, we only watched it like one time, and we were all talking together and shit. So it's like, yeah. So she knows, and but I mean, if you kind of like think about it, um, would an Anakin be wanted, or what would the other story be? And like Anakin, I mean, Anakin would either be wanted, or he would be considered dead, and they would be like hiding it. But I honestly don't think Palpatine gives a fuck if Anakin's humiliated about his little dark side secret, you know what I mean, or whatever. And so I don't think it. So I'm not sure exactly if there's more to find out there. You know what I mean about what she knows, and she says, Obi-Wan owes her, right? So I'm wondering if Obi-Wan is actually the one who took her to the Jedi Order when she was a kid, if Obi-Wan's the one who picked her up or something.
could be.
Because it
I would
seems
get
like, yeah, because and then the one thing is, like, in the final thing here, we saw a bunch of kids running in Order 66. Like, at first I only heard that there was like 2, but there was actually 4.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them. As I was said at the beginning, I'm like, oh look, it's the children who become the Inquisitors.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the Grand Inquisitor kind of just like calls her like a rat when they find her or whatever. And I think we're almost like supposed to maybe believe that she was just a rando who had the Force, and then they turned her into an Inquisitor. But I think there's still more to
I think
to
she was
learn
a
there.
youngling.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I mean, based off of like the way I was told that things went on, that is my belief that we're gonna see her. Turns out she was one of those kids.
Yeah.
But according to what the narrative wants us to believe right now is, I think she was just a rat,
Mm.
and then they made her into something more. But yeah, she does. I don't know. I almost think that it. So it sounds like Reva has a personal vendetta against Obi-Wan, but then it also sounds like she might be playing to Darth Vader. And so maybe she thinks if she could please Darth Vader, he'll wipe out the Grand Inquisitor, and then she can have the job. I'm not sure though. It could be that dumb or that simple,
It
but
could be she's vying for power. I mean, there's really no question on that, and it's the way she's
yeah,
It
going.
was Padme.
Yeah, that
yeah,
was
it was yeah,
Sorry.
it was definitely shit. Well, yeah, sorry, Chris. Chris is like, why do you let me know? It's like, because I was rushing home and to get on. So anyways, yeah, they were definitely referencing Padme, because when he looks at her, he's remembering her mother and
Yeah.
what she would do. He wouldn't think of Satine, he would think of her mom. I would say. So Chris is all, tell me it's amazing. I'll just tell him it's amazing. I mean, oh well, hold on, Chris, I'm live. Let me give you a blow by blow. Love you, Chris, but I'm gonna make fun of you. Blue PB says, did the makeup for Vader's burns kind of turn anyone off? Not a fan of Star Wars 3, but his fan film had better body makeup. I don't know. That's not supposed to be Darth Vader in ways that you've never seen Darth Vader 10 years at this point right here. That's what that's what they're doing here, is that it's a continuous healing process. That's why he's continually in that tank. And that's why they, in Rogue One, they don't show it. They made it really, really murky. Yeah. And I saw that moment a long time ago on a cell phone, and I thought it was a lot murkier than what it was because of the way that I saw it.
I liked
but
it.
yeah, but I gotta I'll look at it again and see. Maybe after you pointed it out, I'll be like, oh, it looks like shit. But to me, I was like, okay.
I'm still 50-50 in a lot of the makeup on this whole series. Like it all is very I don't know. I'm not feeling a lot of the makeup on this one. So.
On
Mhm.
who?
Any of them. Be honest.
You mean that like
So,
the?
they're Inquisitors, Anakin, whatever. Like it. I don't know. It's just very surfacey.
Mm.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, it sounds like everybody thinks that they definitely have like a problem or a thing with chases and speed. Like we really with Star Wars, you really want speed, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And
I think they could have.
when I thought of Leia running, I was imagining a little Indiana Jones. I was imagining River Phoenix when I heard about this stuff right here. And when I
Mhm.
saw it, I was a little bit like, "Oh man, this kid's dead."
It could have been. It could have been better if they just did quick cuts.
It was like it reminded me of
She was
Ewok
running
Adventure
slow.
with like Sindel and Warwick Davis and shit. You know, it really kind of had some of that speed to it, and I don't consider that a quality callback on that front.
I hope.
Whatever.
I hope Leia doesn't, or that people don't find her annoying.
I enjoyed Leia. I thought she was a
can't
decent,
control what anyone
decent character.
feels, Max.
Do I?
Like they're gonna rage all they want.
No, I know, but
her acting is
Kid.
she's a kid and she's
Yeah,
acting like
she's
a
a
kid.
kid.
It's fine. It's just that there's again those are points where it's like would have been cool to come up with the sequence. Something. What would Spielberg do if that were short round? You know, in Temple Doom. Like,
Okay,
how would you?
What you're
become
saying is
Obi-Wan?
Haley Joel Osment. We should have got him and aged him down into a little girl.
No, I just think
No,
they could
I'm
have.
kidding. Remember that back?
Something a
Remember
little bit.
though when we were like 20 and everybody wanted Jake Lloyd to be Sixth Sense like all the time.
Right. Wouldn't have changed.
No,
Yeah.
it wouldn't. It wouldn't have changed the script.
But right. So it's yeah. It's just weird. You got a giant Alderaan city, and then like there's
Forest.
no like guards outside. There's no like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just there's a back door, and like dudes can all just hang around there waiting for kids to pop out and snatch.
Yeah.
So it's just odd in that way, you know.
I
It's
mean,
like,
has
all right.
Alderaan ever had their, nobility kidnapped before? Because that's how you get your nobility kidnapped, and we saw it happen. So,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, she keeps slipping away. I mean,
Should've
that
had
was
a hoverboard.
that was at least
That would be
like consistent. Was that she keeps slipping away and it's a pain in the ass to everyone involved, the good guys, her parents, and Obi-Wan. Yeah,
And Lola's
so
her astro like mech for the hoverboard. It would like sink in. Let's go, and you get on there, and it's like it's buzz sawing trees down, falling behind people.
I mean, they're
something. I don't know.
obviously just trying to play up the whole carry attitude, like, or what she would be like if she was a little girl.
yeah,
It's
I
like-
thought they gave her a couple good lines too. Like
They
a couple of her burns to Obi-Wan were good.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
it has pretty
That
good
was funny.
burns. I mean,
Yeah.
Owen's burning people, which we got a lot of that clip of Owen burning people, but that's a good burn.
And it would have
And-
been even
and-
funnier if she did grab a cigarette.
And then
On
Leia
top
called
of
him
that,
a grandpa. That's a pretty mean burn because Ewan
Yeah,
McGregor's
yeah.
a pretty good looking guy still. I mean, come on. But right here, that Vegechiva, I think, says I really liked Reva, but I still can't believe what she did to the Grand Inquisitor. What about Rebels? This is so confusing. What the hell? I gotta say, like I said,
they
but
did this
because-
on purpose.
no, but let's go with
Told you.
okay. Let's just go with probably not dead. Like that's what I really believe. Probably not really dead.
Mhm.
But let's go with if they are dead, what does it mean? And when we look at what Palpatine's doing, we look at the Snoke stuff, we look at the cloners and Mando and shit like that. Maybe there's a weird thing about this ball sack, and maybe that's why they said don't watch Rebels. Doesn't fucking matter because you're not really the same one. I mean, at the end of the day, that could be the case.
Well, I mean,
I did like how his eyes kept going yellow.
they could be just ignoring the continuity from the cartoon shows.
No chance. I mean, sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I think no chance because Dave Filoni fucking is in charge of that shit. That would be like going, you know what, mulligan on what I just did, what we just did. You know what I mean? If it was like different people, I would think that would be more possible. But I don't think they would do that right now, especially with Ahsoka bringing the characters from Rebels in, like next show. So there's got to be either he's not dead and Reva's just going rogue for the rest of the
Rogue
series in some
One.
way, or there's a twist to the Grand Inquisitor. There's more to the character than
Yeah,
what
well, I
we
don't
thought.
think he's dead. I'm
I think
just
there's a
I'm
twist.
just spitballing ideas.
Yeah, what we've seen him on because we've seen him on haven't we seen him on Dayu? I'm not Dayu.
In the
on
underwater?
Yeah, in the underwater fortress.
I
Didn't
thought
we see him
so.
there? I believe
In
that
the-
we did.
I think he was there, yeah.
Yeah, so that means two things. Either they're like, well, here's Inquisitor 2.0, and we're just gonna keep doing that, or
Well, then maybe
or it
Maul's
means
gonna
he's dead.
show up.
Oh,
I'm just
God.
kidding. I'm
Don't-
kidding.
it's all your fault. You did it to us. No. Scarlett says there were a few things I wasn't a fan of. Leia chase scene felt slow, low budget. Reva knowing about Anakin, but overall I liked it. Well, yeah, the her knowing about Anakin thing though is completely crucial to the whole story, to the whole plot. And if are we going to figure out how she knows that stuff or not? It's kind of the question.
It's
But
because
I gotta-
the Reba show.
I also have to say though, if you're living in that world and that guy's, getting taken apart all the time and getting into a fucking fish tank and you're like waiting for him to like come out, but always being put back together. I think you're going to like, maybe you figure out, you know what I mean? Maybe you figure it out. Maybe it's not like everybody knows, but if you're in that circle and stuff like that, you start to figure out that, like what happened there. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, that's one of the kind of mysteries I'm kind of happy to not know that I'm want to see unfold a little bit.
I'll say this. I'm all for finding a way to do Star Wars on a budget, right? I think Mando's a great example of that. But if you're going to show me a bunch of scenes from 3 feature films and say this is the continuation of that, this better look like a feature film. And it doesn't to me.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's a 3 out of 5. It's enjoyable, but it's a TV show. It's not a continuation of a feature film.
So do you
Really
think
that low, right? 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like an 8.
Some,
I'm like an 8 out of 10 on that. On if I put them
I don't
together.
do 10s. I do 5s. So
yeah, I'm gonna do perfect
pretty
10s.
solid. If the music and the makeup had been there, fine. But there's like it's like Hajja. Like I get what he's trying to do. It's just I'm like, all right, like it's just weird. It's just like maybe it's all happening too fast. Like those sort of things. Like he's there, but now I'm trying to help you. And by the way, I'm trying to make amends.
Do you understand?
Okay, all right.
Do you understand why I was so reserved with Hajja and going forward?
Right.
Why I watched it and I'm still slightly confused.
Yeah, I just
As to his character?
It's one of those things. Maybe a couple extra episodes would help with this sort of thing, But it's fine.
Well, like is he ripping people? Is he
like,
ripping people off and doing the right thing at the same time the whole time?
I don't think they want to settle on that. Yeah, he's helping them, but he's ripping and pretending to be a Jedi too. It's one of those things where they didn't want to settle on him being a villain, or not a villain.
He's funny.
Like, it's just so weird. It's
I mean, from what I heard, this take has kind of was the character though, like the entire time. The only thing that I think that I might be not getting, maybe after watching it, is I think he's a front, like he pretends to be them in case they catch on to them, because we know where this goes. Like if people followed the leaks, we know where he ends up. We know where this goes. And so I'm wondering if he's the decoy. Is he essentially a little bit greedy and wants the money because maybe he wants to go to the strip club and he wants the money and to go get drinks and stuff, and so he does rip him off a little bit. But I think his job might be more of like a decoy for the actual Jedi front that he is funneling people into. But I don't. But once again, I don't know. And then, like, from what I understand, he kind of goes away for a while and doesn't really come back until the later stuff. But who knows?
Jeez, I'm really reading some of these comments. I'm like,
in our chat,
yeah. Like, okay.
Star Wars about Lightspeed. Kenobi says to Leia she can be home by nightfall.
Yeah, we were talking about the how fast people could go with light speed,
Yeah,
basically.
he also asked her what her age is, so who knows if it's just a figure of speech. He knows how old she is, so it's just
Yeah,
like,
that's just having a conversation.
some of that's just
with
figure of speech, like.
Yeah. Leia would be pissed if he buried a droid, in the words of L3 Droid Rights. Bestman, you're causing trouble. I'm not going to be like the people who hate Reva for no reason. No, it's okay. People can literally judge Reva now for the first time. You know what I mean? That's the difference.
If you
But I
don't like
can't
the
lie.
character, you don't like the character. It's just
I didn't-
don't be
I
like,
didn't-
oh, stupid girl character.
Yeah.
Then you have a dumb opinion. But
What? Yeah, there was definitely some questionable stuff going on before anybody had a right to make a true opinion. But I can't lie, Reva was a little cringe in these episodes. Hopefully she'll get some character development. I would say she has character development. No, yeah, we do learn there is her character does develop in it, believe it or not. It just, I think at the end of the day, does the personality fit? You know what I mean? Like I said, she feels like very much like an American tough badass person, and people tend to want their Star Wars villains to be British, which is just like a complete different.
So
error.
if they gave her a British accent, would that have been more acceptable?
that would made her more menacing.
Maybe at the same time, I kind of like that it's not that, but I don't know if I'll feel that way. I need to watch it again, but I think but so far I think it's really good personally. Patrick, Leia seemed more like a 6-year-old than a 10-year-old. Yeah, I don't know. I have a 7-year-old and an 8-year-old, and thought she was kind of on point for me. But Eric Den says it's very good. I thought it was very good too, Eric. None of the Inquisitors are menacing at all. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's. I mean, see that there's a weird dynamic at play here in doing it this way, and maybe just doing it this way is a bad idea. I don't know, but Darth Vader is going to show up. Like, nobody's supposed to be competing with Darth Vader or outdoing Darth Vader, and that is Darth Vader does show up for a reason, and that's, when we do see him, he doesn't have his pants on. I mean, truly, he didn't have his pants on, but I mean, yeah. Flea should have had some makeup at least. Still an Emmy award-winning performance, says Jedi Chris. Give it away now.
Okay.
Jedi Chris says,
I'm gonna agree with that look that Rob just gave. Yeah.
If I was if you have the fifth brother and the third sister, and I was the Grand Inquisitor, I want to be the granddaddy. That's what my name is.
Flea was too recognizable, I think. Probably.
They were better off getting one Jack. A droid or something. I don't know, man. Like,
I would have went with Anthony Kiedis personally. Sorry, but or maybe somebody from Soundgarden. Jedi Chris says the recap before the first episode was nice. It was a nice edit of that stuff. I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either.
Patrick, was Leia supposed to be Dennis the Menace clone?
Denise the Menace.
Oh, Denise the Menace.
Yeah,
Lord Jazz.
Clever, Patrick.
I didn't like any of the Inquisitors. What was up with Flea? Put a mask on him. Maybe an eye patch. Blake says, super rad. I really like the first 2 episodes, but what's up with Grand Inquisitor? Got to be fake out, right? Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I said, I think Jane Ursa, I think we either are going with the fact that they're going to do something weird with like the cloning thing, and but like I said, I knew he got like fucked up by Reva, but I didn't think it was like that looked like he was dead. Like, they really made it look like he got killed right there. So
they could stop making new Star Wars names all the fucking same, like Din Djarin, Jin, Grogu, Gagu, Solani.
They're confusing.
Okay, how about this? How about this?
So
Qui-Gon, Jinn Erso.
Like, no one was getting Han and Lando fucking mixed up with their names, like they were so indistinct. You got Han, you got Hondo. You got to like, it's
Londo,
Dan,
Londo Malari.
We got a Rondo, a Hondo, You know, it's so fucking.
Yeah, well now you got a
weird.
fucking Lola, buddy. No.
Lula,
Lose
Lourdes.
track of these stupid fucking names.
Skylar says, not sure how I feel about the makeup job on the fifth brother and Grand Inquisitor. Everyone,
I don't like any of the makeup, man.
everyone was.
I'm-
Hey, I've just lived through about 2 months of people going, where's his yellow eyes? Are his eyes gonna be
I don't
yellow?
even
His eyes
care
are
about
fucking
that.
yellow.
I'm just
Okay,
talking about
Well, I
the
know.
whole thing.
Celebrate your wins, assholes. That's my point. the Skylar says the Grand Inquisitor is the only Inquisitor I like so far. See, we all can't agree. Patrick says,
Yeah, at least his teeth were sharp. I
Yes.
like the teeth.
seems weird to cheap out on an Obi-Wan show. I don't feel like they actually cheaped out.
I don't think
It's
so
They
just
either.
didn't cheap.
Yoda.
They didn't spend movie money, but it's not cheap. You know?
No.
It's 6 parts. Cozy said, I'm a bit disappointed with the Inquisitors so far. So it sounds like the Inquisitors overall are a failure for the general fan. That is what I'm the vibe I'm getting.
That fifth brother is the worst, though, man. Like,
Yeah.
that is
Was it-
right out of a prequel,
Wasn't but wasn't
No,
this-
no. There was nothing as shitty as
Death
Son.
Sticks
There was
bad,
nothing.
bro. It's Death
So
Sticks bad.
you think a guy who walks in and says, "Want to buy some death sticks with like little antennas" is the same as the design?
Nothing
of the
to report until we have something to report.
The problem with the fifth brother for me is when you look at the concept art for the fifth brother that it was based off of from The Force Awakens. Not as good.
so
Concept was a lot better.
Cartoon.
even
Do you
in
remember it, Rob? Do you remember the concept art for that or no?
I
It was a
do.
lot better.
No.
Do you remember it? Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember.
I have the art of Fallen Order.
It's a Force Awakens. It's Force Awakens. in the
Oh, Force Awakens.
art books,
And then
yeah.
even I think
that
in
one
the
too.
I think in Rebels, the fifth brother is Hispanic
Mm.
and not. This one looks Asian, I think.
Yeah, Sun King
Yeah.
is his name.
So
Yeah.
that's-
That's
that's gonna rub people. That's honestly gonna rub people the wrong way
Yeah.
if it's portrayed specifically by. I think he was.
But he's not really either. He's green. I mean, at the end of the day, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know, honey
I think
boo
Baby
boo
Yoda
Charles.
might have more claim to the skin
I don't
color.
know.
I'm just gonna say. No, I'm kidding.
I don't
I
know.
don't have a dog in this fight, so to speak. The Grand Inquisitor is the only Inquisitor that seems semi-menacing.
I have a good idea. What if we ask people what they liked about this
Mhm.
versus what they didn't?
Oh,
like
this is
about
Star
it?
Wars. You want to talk about what you don't like, not what you like.
No, let's talk about what we like.
Yeah,
How about that? Let's
Yeah,
change it up
I
a
mean,
minute.
yeah.
little bit.
No, I like Ewan McGregor. I mean, I thought the performances of Obi-Wan was good. I actually thought that his handling of also when you get to Dayu with Leia,
Mhm.
him trying to deal with like a princess. I like the moments where he actually calls her Your Highness and is like actually like clicks in he needs to call this little person what she is to
A
him
little,
in terms
this
of
little
yeah.
asshole.
Well, yeah, a little asshole.
You little
But
asshole.
no, and I like the dynamics so far. I'm not sure how much we'll truly get out of it by the end of it. I don't know if it'll be a lot or not. I still don't really know. Does she know he's Obi-Wan? By the way, that's kind of a question I had. Like, does she read it? Because she figures out that he's lying about who he is, but I don't know if she knows it's Obi-Wan.
If I remember, she just knows him as Ben.
He said Ben.
He
but,
said
I
Ben,
mean,
right?
he said Ben, but when the guy has the projection of the
it
of the
said
puck,
Obi-Wan.
it says it literally says his name in Arabic, and like maybe she can't read. I don't know.
See, Mohawk's not agreeing with y'all.
Mohawk says she knows. Okay, that's definitely fair. Okay, so Bespin says, can I read this? The comment about droid rights was a legit one. Wasn't trying to take the piss out of anything. Leia loves droids and wants them to be treated as equals, so I assumed she'd be annoyed if Obi-Wan was just shoved one down in the sand. I'm still think it's funny, Bestman. It still makes me laugh. it would be kind of funny though if Obi-Wan did bury like a whole droid down there. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna bury my lightsaber in the sand.
I never owned a
R2D2?
droid, but I've buried a few.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
He's all, honestly, I'm going fucking crazy out here. I don't know. I woke up and I buried a fucking droid, a whole droid.
I bury gonks for fun. Oh, shit.
Well, I got bored, so I buried the droid. Figured, wait another
'cause it-
couple of days, might take them back up.
I put masteroids on their backs and just shove them in the sand. They can't go anywhere. Little wheels.
I'd use them as roller
Alright.
skates. That'd be kind of fun. Kazi says, also, was just me or did some parts feel a bit cheap? Like the Leia chasing was weird and the Inquisitors felt off. So yeah, it seems to be like that's how most people are feeling right now. I'm assuming Grand Inquisitor doesn't actually die. And I gotta say, I didn't think he actually died. But it looks like he's dead. So that's just really weird to me. That might be a weird and at the end of the day,
It
we
was
might be like,
weird.
what the fuck was that? You know,
It was
I don't
weird.
know. Yeah.
It was
Jedi
weird.
Chris, when he turned down the Jedi, it was cool. And I like Hajja a lot, actually. I mean, the character, like the idea of the guy pretending to be sort of a fortune teller-esque kind of thing, and he's using magnets and all that. That's
So-
kind of funny, and that would probably be a scam you'd run. if
It's
you lived in
he's
Star Wars.
very funny.
Yeah,
What kind of character does he play in the Marvel movie? Was it
I don't-
also kind of
I'm like Meg. I only watch Star Wars.
okay? Well, I know that he was in a Marvel movie, and
I think he plays
the
a
humor
fortune teller hunter.
the humor was similar, I think, or
Hmm.
that's why I asked.
Same kind of thing. Yeah,
It was
I didn't see the Eternals yet. I don't know if I will. Sam the Man says Grand Inquisitor clone. Also, yeah, some cringe moments, lots of silliness and childlike stuff. It's a very Disneyfied series.
My name is the Grand Inquisitor Snoke. So you
Well,
know, I'm not really the Inquisitor. I'm the Inquisitor Snoke. Like,
The thing is that it, like, if they are, like I said, for the record, I don't think he's dead. Like, that's not a spoiler thing. I didn't think he was killed. But if he is a clone, if there is a thing going on with there, well, when he dies in season 1 of Rebels, why wouldn't he ever come back? Like, that's like kind of the bigger question I would have. Like, that kind of just doesn't really click. And
I
like,
ran out of one-ups.
So
I have a
but
few
in-
left, and I run out of one-ups by then. Sorry.
I like the clone who with the helmet who wants to change the Tamara
Yeah.
Morrison part.
Yeah,
it sounded like him too. The voice
yeah.
did.
Yeah, it was him.
Well, it's
So-
Tamara Morrison.
yeah.
It is, yeah, and that's why I said. So, in Rebels, when the Grand Inquisitor, when they show who he wasn't that like not a dream sequence, but like a
There's a flashback.
okay,
Yeah, it was a
forgot.
flashback, and he was, yeah, and he was one of those Jedi. I don't know what you call it, the police of the Jedi. But
He was a
I wonder
guard.
if they will fly. I have to say, Reva was doing her parkour on top of the buildings. I think if she was gonna fly, that would have been the moment to do it, and they didn't do it,
which is good.
which is great. Andrew says some parts I was locked in, other times I started to get bored. The suspense part is hard to bring when all we know of these characters survive and know the end game. Overall, it was a fun 2 episodes. Yeah, that's like the stuff like when I was talking about like the spoiler stuff early on. Like, Owen's not gonna die. He can talk all the shit he wants and get all of it and whatever he wants, but he's not gonna die. You know what I mean? It's like so that's kind of Baymax says, "Grats on basically nailing all the leaks, Jason. Some validation. Thanks, man. Yeah, that was like I always said, like I didn't spend a lot of time on the real pedestrian stuff, and I just got what was being filmed like very much like on a daily basis. So like there was like things like when I put together like the stuff at Anchorhead was like all kind of like in one day. It kind of went like in a different order of days, but same shit though, same basic events. Did Nari kill himself? No, the Inquisitors killed him, and I'm pretty sure they filmed the Inquisitors killing him, but they didn't use it apparently. Blue PvP says Star Wars Theory on his stream went on a full rant about Reva with the end part. Now the idiotic children fans of him are going to hate on Reva. Just wait till Nerd Theory with him and Den of Idiots. Well, I mean, they're
Glad I
entitled to
don't watch
their
fucking
opinion.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
and they
don't
can blame
watch it.
Jason for their shitty fucking opinions too. Right.
Yeah, I wonder if it's my fault still.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
that was stupid. All right, well,
I think
see you later,
everything that I think
sorry, what was that, Max?
nothing. You'll see.
Okay, for the reason they're gonna could come back. Evil Ewoks would have been better than this crap. Hot takes.
Same thing over and over.
Yeah. So
You'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, Taika Waititi wouldn't have done a better job either. Airboy the Barbarian says, doesn't the whole Inquisitor group grade against the whole Sith rule of two? Just say no. See, here's the thing, is the Sith are a religion, a cult, or not a cult, but a religion and a set of teachings on their own. It's not just using the dark side. Using the dark side doesn't make you a Sith. However,
Yeah, the films weren't very good at explaining this, Jason.
well, no. However, Palpatine, immediate like breaking the rule of two is essential to the rule of two, because I mean, for what it's worth, I'm getting a little sidetracked here, but basically you have two, and then the apprentice takes a little buddy on the side here in secret, and then they usually gang up and then become the new one. That's what happens with Maul and Sidious do that to Plagueis, is the standard story as we've heard it before in the legend stuff. Anyways,
The rule of two is mostly bullshit. So.
but the rule of two is a security measure, so that way the Inquisitors aren't learning Sith teachings; they're just using the dark side. Just like Ahsoka using the Force doesn't make her a Jedi. That is where we're at, and the movies could not possibly spend time getting into what all of the extraneous material, cartoons and shit that was going to come after them could do. It just wasn't, it wasn't in the cards or whatever.
I mean, was it the way I found out that Darth Vader was the Dark Lord of the Sith was from a making of thing that Mark Hamill was narrating after the original trilogy came out. Because he specifically states Darth Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Yeah, it was in the poster books and stuff too. So as a kid, and I remember I first heard it though, like realized it was a thing. They had these Franklin Mint coins. I think it was Franklin Mint, and there was a brochure. And I went into a coin shop with my grandfather. I was like, "This shit's boring." And I saw the Star Wars, and I went, "Ooh, could I have that?" And they're like, "Yeah, you should buy them." They're like $100 or something. And I took it, and it said Darth Vader, the Dark Lord of the Sith. And that's when I started.
The Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah, and then I got like the poster
we hit
book.
a lot of extraneous lore on those Franklin Mint coins, Jason. Yeah, people will find if you really want to know about the Wills and the midichlorians, or on randomized coins available on 87, 88.
Yeah. Let's play with what Vindor Moon is saying here, and that's, I don't think the Grand Inquisitor is actually dead. I think he's injured badly, and we'll spend the rest of the series in a Bacta tank, unconscious in Fortress Inquisitorius. And what if what if we have like two things? What if the Grand Inquisitor being taken out, what if she blames it on Obi-Wan, saying Obi-Wan did it to him? And then with the Grand Inquisitor out, now Reva is answering to Darth Vader personally. But I was under the impression I think I know of another scene with him, but maybe I'm wrong. Shane Flick says, but my money is on him being resurrected somehow, and hopefully we get the big head and red eyes. Well, he did have the eyes. The eyes were there, Yeah. So, Reva will tell the other Inquisitors that Kenobi is the one who attacked the Grand Inquisitor. Yeah, that's. I like where your head's at there. I think that makes the most sense. Send them in another Powin with the exact same facial features. Yeah, I don't know. Makes no sense for continuity's sake. No, I don't think that's what they were going. I personally, like I said, I don't think he's dead. Seeing him in the Bacta tank gave me flashbacks of Book of Boba. Oh no, sorry, Chris. guys, it was not good. Be honest. Hey, dude, I actually like it, man. You don't have to, but don't fucking tell me I'm being dishonest because I don't fucking agree with your opinion.
I
I think your
enjoyed
hair is
It's better
stupid.
than the Book
No.
of Boba. You're out your fucking mind. I would say that the train sequence on the Book of Boba is a real sequence. I've yet to get one of those things here, but it's better than the Book of Boba. I don't feel like, why am I fucking watching this? I mean, at no point am I, why am I watching this shit? What am I doing here? Why not sleep? Like, it's never happened. So
Findor goes on to say, in the Grand Inquisitor's medical absence, Reva will assume leadership of the Inquisitors. Yeah, I mean, there's not going to really be anybody to stop her at that point, right? God, but I thought, am I fucking tripping out? Like, I thought I saw him on Ner, like, fine. Maybe once Darth Vader's in and plans are already in place and she's ordered by Darth Vader, he can't rescind Darth Vader's orders or something. I don't know. Airboy the Barbarian says, 2 Star Wars episodes with crispy bodies and Bacta tanks. First Boba, now Vader, and we have a Pel Pinhead as an Inquisitor. Seems like the writers have an opportunity to sell lotion on screen. Just playing devil's advocate at this point. Some Snoke shit, laugh out loud. Yeah, I mean, it's worth, that's one of the things that's like fun about watching this shit, right now. And like I said, I know that the general beats, and that's what I put out. But little tiny details might not know, that girl can't run. You're right.
No.
The biggest problem for me isn't speed, says Bestman Bolton. For me, it's the pirates just slowly falling over everything during the chase that made it silly. Yeah, I think it's definitely kind of a weird place that they probably found themselves in when a bunch of like adult pirates are taking a kid, because they probably don't want it to come off too extreme, but in the end, it definitely played weird. I probably think it would have played better if we saw like the pirates there and then we didn't see her get in Bo-Rat's capture sack. You know what I mean? That's kind of they like literally put the capture sack over her head.
They black bagged her.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Are you kidding me? I'm blind." Did you get that?
yeah, ropes.
Yes.
Ropes.
That's one of my favorite part of Rogue One.
Yeah, me too. I laughed.
Clone or cybernetics is the
ropes.
only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, if he doesn't come back in some way, it's just a huge fuck up. No, I mean, I that's the thing. They don't just go and then wouldn't go against the continuity of the cartoon and go, oh, what?
They did this on purpose.
Nobody told me. Oh fuck! There's just too much for me to keep straight. Like I know you're not saying that, Sam. I'm just saying, like, in general, like that didn't happen. So there's either a twist or he's not dead. And like I said, I don't think he's dead.
Yeah.
I'm chance a little bit behind. So 100% on the Sindel running reference. Yeah, Baymax, you lived through it. Patrick says, I agree, Obi. The first 2 episodes weren't very good. I'm hoping it gets better. Yeah, see, I don't know, man. I think it was pretty good personally. But Sandman says, I think we'll see what happens as the series goes on. I have to say, I think if you don't like the first 2 episodes, though,
you're done.
I don't think it's going to get better for you.
Probably not.
You know what I mean? I don't. But unless you just see Darth Vader and then,
cream your knickers.
Yeah, you start spotting. Jason Pemberfoot says, hey dude, how's it going? Maybe that's why the Grand Inquisitor said there are worse things than dying. Yeah, that's what I was saying, is like if he keeps sort of having to relive his life in this weird way and is stuck in this loop of having to be this bad thing and feels completely trapped, because I mean, we'll see. Baymax says, yeah, best Ben that looked comical. That girl can't be 10. She runs slower than my 5-year-old. I think she was like probably like 9, but yeah, she's supposed to be 10, I guess. But yeah,
they could have sped her up, right?
Well, they could have just shot it differently.
I'm joking.
No, I know. I do think it was the way that it was shot, though.
I do
which
too.
is why it feels slow. And
let's just say Vegemite.
Vegemite says, I feel like Ewan was kind of uncomfortable in the skin of Obi-Wan at one point. Yeah, well, I don't think it was Ewan. I think he is uncomfortable in his own skin. I think that's very much like the point, kind of, personally. I'll have to watch it again and see if I feel like, but I don't feel like he wasn't funding the character or anything like that. It's that he does not know how to be himself because he can't. He's sort of in a lame undercover kind of thing. He has to just be this passive guy when he's used to being a man of action who takes care of business and saves people. And he's, the guy who was jumping down and saying hello there to General Grievous and was a swashbuckler. He has to be the opposite now. That's hard. Airboy says Obi should have knocked Leia out and carried her away in a bag. Would have simplified the escape. He goes back for the capture sack. Takes her.
So she's walking around, and they're like, she keeps going, why are you a Jedi? Why don't you do Jedi shit? And he's just looking around like, fucking everyone, just stop saying I'm a Jedi, kid. You know they're being hunted.
He's like,
you know, like you could not right in the middle of the whole fucking town tell everyone over and over again that I'm a fucking Jedi. Like, I don't know, like just one of those moments where I'm like, oh, guys, I get it, but like perhaps it's a little bit more verisimilitude in this scene, just a little bit more, please. For me, just
did he have Qui-Gon's lightsaber? I'm fucking
no, he had his saber and Anakin.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you were too busy trying to hate tweet the thing in your head instead of watching it. Shane Flick says, so long as it's not J.J. Abrams writing this stuff, I'm completely content. Oh shit! Apparently, Mohawk does not agree. So,
shots fired.
Thomas Shane says, I think Reva is going to tell the others that Obi stabbed the Grand Inquisitor and then take control of finding Obi-Wan alongside Vader. Yeah, I think so too. That makes sense. Scott says the Inquisitors kind of look like they're wearing face paint.
Yeah, it goes back to what Rob was saying about the makeup. So,
yeah. Baymax says, could the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels be undead after he dies in Rebels? He then back again in the comics? It could be something like that. Like I said, I think I don't know. Maybe by the time he is taken out, and by the time he comes back, Rev is dead in the series. You know what I mean? So it resolved itself in that weird way. Dude, I loved it. The Leia stuff warmed my heart, and Reva is so sick and badass. Theory is already bitching about her, and his eye rolling it. Yeah, of course. They were going to. That's predictable. We already knew that. Caleb Richardson said, the Grand Inquisitor's whole story is confusing, so I don't hate it. I'm sure they'll just resurrect him somehow. Like he seemingly dies and then comes back as a light side force ghost. Yeah, no, I like I said, I think he's fine. I think he's just hurt. It looks like he's dead, but that's the sense I'm making of it right now. I need to watch it again, though. I will say, though, if he is, if he's injured and out of it for the rest of the series, then it is what it is. Fine. But if he's just back and normal in the next episode, that hurt, that sucks, and they made it look like he was that close to death, that's going to be frustratingly deceptive and not in a fair way.
Half a gun doc,
it'll feel like when you watch a mystery and you were trying to follow along and solve it, but the mystery held clues from you that you couldn't know. You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of that, and if it does that, I will find that to be really annoying. I definitely liked it more than Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Well, that's cool. James Tyler says JJ's always been a better producer director. Still wish he had. Okay, different show. How the hell is Palpatine not in the show? Why would Palpatine be in the show? Look at what's going on right now. If Palpatine was in the show, what we just shocked everybody? Everybody would be dead. I'm just saying, the Darth Vader is coming. There's no Palpatine. There wouldn't be. It just doesn't work. I'm sorry.
Palpatine really made that Rise of Skywalker better too, right? Shove him and everything.
Yeah, I like Palpatine. It's just it would be
He's in
little
the
girl
recap.
would be dead. This is a recap. Yeah. Devin's not liking Natalie Holt's score. Real missed opportunities to use established themes like Leia's theme and Imperial March at Vader reveal. Well,
Yeah, no Force themes either, man. Like,
well, okay. I'm gonna say the Leia thing. Maybe it happens. Maybe it's not there yet. The Imperial March with fucking silly putty face in the tank. No, that wouldn't work. But you get to do it next week, I think. You know what I'm saying? When he gets put together and
Right.
he gets his pants on.
it's John Williams's Obi-Wan theme. I'm less than impressed with. Like
Okay.
it's as forgettable as the Han Solo theme. It doesn't. I dare you to hum it. I don't fucking know. Like I don't. It's just that flighty stuff that he started doing around Harry Potter and Revenge of the Sith. You know that he's stuck in his flighty loop. I don't get it.
Sam said, okay, I don't want to talk about what people think about The Last Jedi right now, okay?
Yeah,
It's
like what? It's like 6 years ago.
Baymax says, I like the Grand, yeah, I mean, I like the Grand Inquisitor having yellow eyes and the Powan's teeth. If they didn't do those details, it would have been disappointing. Yeah, and they like did it. So it's like, you know, but at the same time, I don't think it's gonna change anybody's opinion, probably. So hey, Shane, really interesting right now that you're talking about the fucking sequel trilogy, dude.
Riveting.
James Tyler says, in a way, oh god, you guys are fucking killing me right now. Move on. We're in a whole different. We're in 2022.
They promised
now.
they were quitting Star Wars after The Last Jedi, Disney, but they're still
Yeah.
here. I don't
like
get it.
episode
I thought
9,
you were
but I
all
don't want to
quitting.
talk about it. Right? Baymax says, anyone like the Tube guys? Who are the Tube guys? Was even
I need to watch that again. I think I missed them.
They made me laugh. I'm not sure.
Those are the aliens that were like in the fish tank things. Is that the sequence in the market?
Oh, does he talk about in the Spice Den? Or okay, wait. I don't, anyways, yeah, he'll clarify in a minute.
I think so.
But not enough aliens in general. Gotta say, Baymax, there was more aliens than I was expecting personally. I actually thought there were more. I'll have to watch it again, but you know, like in Book of Boba, I was generally disappointed with a lot of the background stuff. I thought this was better, and I was curious. I actually thought about you when I saw some of them, so still didn't get you though, huh? James Tyler says, I accept it as much as the prequels. Never forget your history. Cool. Austin says, in my opinion, I love both episodes, but Reva is annoying. Maymax says, Jurassic Park Raptor Bounty Hunter was fun. Yeah. Yeah, it was so dumb.
I felt bad when he dies and he falls.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh,
at least you see him fall. It's like, oh, and down he goes. Oh.
Yeah, that was. I was laughing when we saw it. I imagine the Dinotopia guy raging. They stole him from me again.
I'm calling him Jurassic Ray Park.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying, James. Yeah. The I mean, it's true. I mean, Star Wars fans hate everything, and then everything was perfect. It's so weird.
We're still in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Caleb says his arc in Rebels is more confusing. How did a dark side user become a light side Force ghost in the Jedi Temple on Lothal? I don't know.
Yeah, because the Grand Inquisitor shows up as in his Temple Guard persona at one point, but I thought that was like a flashback thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Skylar says, does the quippy MCU style dialogue take anyone else out of the story? I didn't actually think it was quippy, to be honest. I thought it was fairly silent though, because of Kenobi being singular and by himself for the most part. So
Hajja,
yeah, did you find it was
on the MCU and be like, hey, who's MCU? Who's MCU? No, it's prequely. You know, like it's a little.
I don't think it's prequely though, dude. I disagree there. Like prequely is formality. It's a bunch of hello senator kind of stuff.
On that one. It's
no,
goofy,
I mean,
but I wouldn't say MCU. I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't. But we'll have to see when like we start to encounter more characters, right? Where they're because like when you get down to it, we didn't really have a lot of conversations, or we had like people talking to a child, and just being like, oh, you know, what are you, 10? You know, whatever the fuck it is, kind of stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure though, Skylar. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. Like the Jedi Imposter was doing good until he started cracking jokes with Reva. So I think he was buying time.
I think
Yeah,
so.
I just got the feeling he was just trying to delay.
Yeah, I think he was. I like I said, I think he's like a decoy, and he's playing the decoy. I think he's actually part of that. I think he's most likely a part of the Underground Jedi Railroad, and at the same time, he's not a Jedi, and he pretends to be, scams people, and this is gonna be confusing. But he also, like I said, plays the decoy for them if he has to. He was always prepared to do it, and this was the time that he did it. I think that's where this is going. The fake Jedi is a scoundrel. I felt that. Yeah. The Disney formula. Honestly, Shane Flicks, there is no Disney formula. It's all different fucking people who get hired to like do things. It's just not, you know.
Sean Flix is that's the angry YouTuber formula. Show me something I haven't heard yet.
I think this is one of the most valid things I've heard all night in terms of a critique. Why didn't Reva just kill the fucking fake Jedi?
Yeah,
cut his hands off or something. I mean,
well, he gets cut off that old lady's hands, and then
I know that
he didn't cut off
that
Nari's
freaked me out
hands. He
for a
should have had no
second.
hands in that.
No
shot,
hands, Nari.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry, Nari. Hands on the ground. Shit.
Yeah, but Reva didn't kill the fake Jedi.
Hold on, the hands on the ground, and then you see that Jawa come over and like pick him up and
run away.
Yeah.
Sells them back.
Jawas are disgusting.
Yeah.
Gonna make some droid things and sell them off.
But if I remember
Someone
right,
eat 'em.
she was probably gonna kill him, but then she gets the fifth brother interrupts her or something, doesn't he? And they're like, "Come on, let's go." Yeah, but
I don't remember.
I was waiting for, and she just walked away.
That's
Yeah,
why I thought she more just walked away. But hey,
and once again, just like Owen, because he can't die because he's important later. Airboy the Barbarian, and which is I think a fair critique though, completely. Airboy the Barbarian says, "Join me, Obi-Wan, and together we can chill in the Bacta tank with margaritas." Grand Inquisitor Loki racially motivated. Rodney said, "I don't know, very enjoyable, positive start to the series." Yeah, I thought so too. I was after Book of Boba Fett, I feel like I just watched Shakespeare, to be honest with you. Dell, the Reva show. Yeah, I know. It's like look at how stupid though that critique like feels like bait and switch, right? It was just all Reva all the time, all Reva all the time. Like that didn't happen. Zach in Black 182. It's like I don't care what anyone says. I'm 100% Reva fanboy now. Airboy the Barbarian says, and if Vader pees in his Bacta tank, does it cause alternate infections? I don't know, man. Fan fiction.
that's something I want to think about.
The actor choices other than Ewan and Hayden are just completely off to me. Oh, hey, and thanks again, dude. The episodes were good. The opening was brilliant. Yeah, I think I like the first episode more, but at the same time,
I love the opening of episode 1. I thought that was great, where we had the temple attack
with Jar Jar. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
I got what you meant. I'm just kidding. I can't help myself.
Creepy Georgie. I like that.
Yes, he's all those pieces of salmon look great, and I was like, yeah, man.
And I ate sushi.
Salmon. Here's my problem with the salmon.
You have a problem with the salmon?
One speck of sand. There's a one speck of sand gets everywhere. All right, this is canon, and so for the salmon to be clean, right, you're breaking canon. Like,
well, they were cutting it though. They were cutting it.
Yeah,
I bet you want to stay out there.
You should be cutting into.
Do you like sushi, Rob?
Huh? Yeah.
You like sushi? Yeah. I don't think I ever heard you say if you like sushi, and I was, want to know all about you. Want to know your likes and your dislikes.
I ate spicy tuna.
The Water Factory in
salmon.
Yeah, the Water Factory in Claremont, if it's still open, is the best sushi I've had in America.
I go to a place called Matsu's in Huntington Beach. It's pretty good.
The Water Company, I think it's called.
Water Company. Stephen McDowell says, Reva is the worst, laugh out loud. How does she know Anakin is Vader? Then she stabs her Grand Inquisitor. What the fuck is this writing? I don't know.
I'm sure.
I mean, Force Binary was pretty dope.
I tell you, you complain about the writing, then you better look at episodes 1, 2, and 3 because I don't see it any better or worse. It's about the same.
Isn't it against the Jedi Code to still create dragon meat?
No, I think that's an exception built right in that you
It's
can
feeding the
still,
Obi.
great dragon meat or salmon, whatever.
Oh.
it was.
He was feeding his Eopie the extra meat?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't catch that.
Yeah. They weren't that clear on it, but yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Dinesh as fake Jedi. Says Shanflix. Yeah. I thought he was good. Like I said. So like later on it is probably going to be arming Jedi, real ones though, or real Force people. Was Obi-Wan good, Mark? I thought it was good.
I think we overall enjoyed it. So
Doesn't mean like there's not things to critique or talk about, but
yeah.
Theories chat is sus right now. Yeah, of course. I mean, nothing's going to change. It wasn't like they were going to. I mean, and just seeing it, they're just going to be able to amplify where they were already going with it. The direction was.
And then in August, they're going to be like, "This is Star Wars," and then they're going to be like, "Disney didn't make it," and Kathleen Kennedy had nothing to do with Andor. You'll watch, Jason. Just watch. You'll see. Like I got these guys so fucking figured out. You know what I mean? Like I can accurately predict this better than global warming is going to kill us all. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard. It's not hard.
The fake Jedi calls him Obi-Wan in front of her. Also, okay. So
yeah,
I'm gonna watch it again, Chandler, and tomorrow.
I am too. I'm gonna eat pizza and rewatch it tonight.
All right. Can I have some?
Yeah, it's
Too
Pizza
late
Hut.
to be eating, Max.
No way, Jose. I bought. So here was my thing. I wanted to buy some food tie-in, like so, kind of like the Phantom Menace. So I was like, I asked Jason, KFC, Taco Bell, or Pizza Hut, and I was leaning towards Pizza Hut.
It's Yum Brands. Which one?
Yeah.
Right.
So
I was cracking up when you said that because I was like, man, I wonder if anybody else is doing that. If so, that $1 billion they gave George Lucas years ago is still paying off.
yeah.
Jason and I were looking at episode 1 soda coolers from Japan. They have one that's the droid tank that opens up and you pull it out and you could fit 6 cups in. And it said there's some for $3.37 on eBay. And I'm like, that's cheaper than my Razor Crest. I mean, like, even now, I'm like, they might get me on that. Well, my wife's like, no, you're not doing that. Like,
I would rather have
but
that.
it's cooler.
I would rather have that. I mean, imagine some
Yeah, it's
BLs in
function.
there. So a couple BLs instead.
They got droid toppers for all the cups and shit. They go right in there. It's so clever. Like,
I have a lot of this stuff from the Phantom Menace, and actually, when I went this evening to get my pizza, I had ordered a small, and they said we didn't have any small, so we're giving you a large. So I have a lot of pizza to eat.
Nice. Sam the Man says what I
too low
like.
for calories.
Seeing Alderaan, since never saw much of it at all. Seeing Obi-Wan again. The flash of Vader's eyes at the end. The Grand Inquisitor looked better than he did in the trailers. So, yeah. Al says it's probably just part of an Astro droid. It looks cool though. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was under the impression it was just the sensor that's being hooked up to a thing and triggers and yeah. How long is the episodes? And
literally log into Disney Plus and fucking find out. Mike.
I've been
I can't help you
saying
with it.
exactly for like a long time too.
like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's longer to type that than to type DisneyPlus.com. Just letting you know. Like, I love you, but come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Grand Inquisitor can easily get Fennec Shan guts.
Like those would be like the great gummy, those pack of gummy worms you could get, like the sour gummies, but it's Fennec Shan guts. You're like, oh, what do I got in there?
He could ride Count Dooku's little scooter with the Vespa gang. Like they could chill now.
Mm-hmm.
With the Wizard of Oz music, and this cape's blowing and shit.
Al says it's poetry that Anakin's lightsaber has been buried in the sand twice now. Rosie says, how is the Grand Inquisitor going to survive? Qui-Gon Jinn died the same way. You want to know one of the truth? Qui-Gon, kind of a coward. Just gave up. Said, "Oh, I'm a ghost now." I'm kidding. Chandler says the thugs capturing Leia did seem like they were bumbling around a bit when chasing
It was
her.
not good.
It
Yeah.
did. It did. They
Yeah.
were.
So it was so not good. Full point down. Hence, I told you 3 out of 5.
It was funny. Yeah.
And so I
Compared to
give
that
it a-
opening saber stuff, was all shot really well. I was like, just stick with these kids. Show me one of these kids becoming, one of them's Reva or one of them's the other, the third, fifth brother. I don't know, something like. If that
Yeah.
doesn't tie into anything and that's just a scene, then I don't know. Like that's so weird to me. Like,
Yeah.
because it's cool. It's just like, yeah. The problem is they're not allowed to talk about their process ever. So we don't ever get any insight to this. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm. Yeah. I mean, I guess for what it is,
I think that was
it's
the only
just
time that we saw
standard
that.
what it is. What? Okay.
Hold on.
Luz
Can you hear me?
Luz says I liked it, but a little bit underwhelming. Is the Grand Inquisitor dead? Thank you for the super chat, Luz. So you were a little bit underwhelmed. Yeah, I mean you saw but basically a third of it right now, and so you basically saw Act 1. You know that's just the truth, and hopefully Act 2 becomes more intriguing. Is what I would say though. You know, and then Act
6 episodes, right?
6
That was the plan.
episodes.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. So if this was a movie, we basically saw, you know, the first act. And yeah, but thank you for the support, Les. I always appreciate it a lot. A lot. Yeah. And everybody likes Dinesh as a fake Jedi. Okay. Let me see. I went back too far. Chandler says the thugs capturing was funny. It made him laugh out loud, and chocolate milk came out of his nose, he said. Then Chandler said, my favorite plug was the clone veteran. Really captured the old Vietnam vettage 10 years later. Yeah.
it would have been
Yeah.
one thing if he recognized Obi-Wan and
I
then
can
like
remember
turned him in. You know
Like,
what I'm saying? Like for the-
Execute
you know,
Order
or
66.
something.
He's like, I don't know, my
Like
gun.
who was the
finger
who was
gun.
the snoots dude on Mos Eisley who was like ratting out everyone to the stormtroopers, right? That fucking dude.
Like Snicken or Snout or some shit.
Yeah, snoots or whatever. So like it would have been cool if he was like,
Fig.
you know, and he was like,
I know his name.
I know
Like,
you.
it's
Cool
midnight.
looking alien. I don't remember the name of it. So.
Garen Den. Bestman Bulletin says in Eternals, he's a sort of god pretending to be a Bollywood actor,
Oh,
sort
that's
of
right.
comedic.
Yeah, I remember that now.
Ronnie says if they fly with their lightsabers, the show is saved for me. A guy with a Barney dinosaur.
Barney will not. Barney. It's like,
You are.
I'm just gonna go with
It's
it.
Ronnie,
He's got-
not Barney.
Yeah, he's got.
Here
Barney.
I go.
I know
Right.
I want to hang out with Ronnie. I want to drink with Ronnie, but I know that Ronnie is trouble.
There's a
What are
purple
with these
dinosaur.
furries? Why am I using Santa's voice? You know, it's like the same thing. Like, what are with these furries? Barney's smooth. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like I just he's got. Yeah.
But I will be honest. The fifth brother in Rebels sucked too. He wasn't like he was any better. I think it's kind of for me, it sucked here. Now it just sucks over here on that guy. I never thought he was good. He was
There's
kind of a throwaway.
something about the art direction on this and Boba compared to like what we saw in Andor or even Mando. That's just it's different. I don't know what it is. Like when we saw even that in that low quality state, the filming of the Boba teaser, still like you can see the art direction, the texturing, the lighting. I don't know. There's something still. I don't know, bland about it, you know, like it doesn't bother some people, bothers some. It's a 50-50, you know?
Yeah, I thought it looked a
So-
lot better than Book of Boba. I don't see it as being.
Oh, it does look
necessarily
better
the
than
same.
Book of Boba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely like, but you know, yeah, I'll have to look. Like I said, when I watch it again, I'll be able to, you know, honestly, when I was watching it this time, I just had those like jitters of did I get it all wrong? Like, you know what I
all
mean?
your
in
shit was
general.
on point. Like you did your job flawlessly. Everything's there.
No, I'm saying
So-
like I'm trying to watch the show and enjoy it, and also being like, you know, am I gonna get fucking destroyed over getting
Because
stuff
you
wrong?
defended it and then
No,
everyone
no.
hates
If
it or something?
what if it was all wrong? What if I was wrong about everything?
Oh.
What if my interpretations of the scenes was completely off and stuff like that?
Oh, but they just show up for Santa anyway, Jason. Doesn't
That's
matter.
true. That's true. Al says, I found out Vader was a Sith in the back of an action figure at a Blockbuster in the mid 90s. Oh, yeah. It was the back of the Power of the Force 95 card, probably.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, how's it going, dude? Thank you for being a channel member, supporting the show.
I went in to rent Zombie Ate My Neighbors, and I came out of Blockbuster finding out Vader was a Dark Lord of the Sith. Like, what?
Yeah.
All right. You know, the 90s were odd.
So Nick asked, does the Grand Inquisitor having fiery red eyes denote a higher level dark side Force user? And I'm going to say, like, in reality, it's completely cosmetic and probably has no more meaning truly than a green lightsaber versus a blue lightsaber. But if we want to read into it, I'm going to say he's probably tapped more into the dark side than like your average person. Like Reva doesn't really feel like she's being cunning and ambitious. Doesn't necessarily come from a place of I'm really using that hate in my belly to get mad and destroy, right? I mean, but
I mean, she cut off the chick's hand.
yeah,
That was mean.
that was mean.
Well,
It was
yeah.
mean, but
Dark
it,
Inquisitor person being mean. Who would have thought?
but it wasn't necessarily. She didn't have to go down and really tap into her inner rage to make a scene. Like her doing that, it was about getting the locals in line. It wasn't about releasing emotion and rage and anything like that. You know what I mean? Like, whereas I think like when you have somebody like Anakin and he goes in and he's like, he's crying and he's fucking people up. He's like tapping into the emotion to do the deed. I don't think she was really using emotion to do any of her stuff.
Oh, I don't think so either.
So that's if we're going to try to find a logic in the fact, but in reality, they just thought it looked cool. Al says the tone of the show has that lump in your throat, PTSD, depressive tone I wanted. Seeing Obi-Wan in his loneliness got to me. It's exactly what I wanted. Yeah, I thought they handled that like really, really well. And we got a whole episode of it, and then we get to move on from it, thankfully. And like if we had 6 episodes of that, I would literally watch it one time and never watch it again. I think. And so I am glad that we got, you know, out of that. And then but we'll have to see like how like the 3rd and 4th episode. I feel like I know the least, like I know what happens and like what happened, but like how it all plays and stuff like that in the 3rd and the 4th. I feel like I know like the least about, because it was so much like it's the middle of a story. There's so much like going and traveling around and moving around and shit. And so I'm curious to see like if there's emotional resonance in that stuff. Does what just happened in the first 2 episodes carry over into chapter 3 and 4? Stuff like that, you know?
I think though, like being a bridge between the prequels and, you know, episode 4, not using the wipes, the Kurosawa wipes, you know, ever is a bad idea. Like it's missing. I'm not saying it has to be every cut, you know,
Yeah,
but they're not here at all, and I don't get that. Like that's just, I get why it's not in new stuff. You don't have to do it every time, but if you're gonna show me all those prequels and those films and then cut to and not do that, it's like, all right, it's just one of those little things that it's not hard to do, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Patrick feels that Obi-Wan was on par with Book of Boba Fett so far, not liking how Star Wars shows are trending. Okay. Yeah. I personally see him
the
as
Andor trailer
as
like the first 2 seasons of Mando. I don't know. The trailer for Mando looked great. I don't know. Like,
by the way, I keep every time people write GI for Grand Inquisitor, I see GL for George Lucas, and I keep reading, is George Lucas dead? No, he just retired.
I see global illumination, Jason. You know.
AJ once
I'm a
says,
tech guy.
"Was it good, Rob?" I want to know Rob's opinion. He's my fave, 100.
I said 3 out of 5. You know, like it's. I want to see more, but I'm not gonna rush out and go, man, go watch this now. It's like, nah, that's cool. You know, if you love the prequels, you're probably gonna give it a 5 out of 5. Like,
yeah,
like,
like
I
said,
really feel like. Sorry.
No. I might feel like it's probably like right now for me, like so far, like an 8 out of 10 for me. you know.
Yeah, I want more of an OT feel, and it's more of a prequel feel. So whatever.
Yeah.
I gave it a B minus to a B if I was going to rate it something.
Yeah.
Thought it was enjoyable. It was good. There's room for improvement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Love
yeah.
seeing Alderaan though. Shit is dope.
Yeah.
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 It's gonna get blowed up. I will say too, the Alderaan troopers on the Tantive 4 or whatever it's called. Like those guys look kind of cool. Like if I was living in Star Wars, I could probably be one of those. But the dudes on Alderaan, oh man, you're getting your ass kicked all the time. Like if you leave Alderaan, like and they don't have weapons. They don't use weapons there. Like they don't have any weapons. They said.
Get a
So, like,
blaster.
I mean, I'm just joking, but they says we don't have any weapons. But they're yeah. I mean, I'm saying if those guys went to die you, they would get jumped in 5 seconds. Like,
They would get fingered.
Remember
big time.
aliens? Aliens! Everyone, get rid of their weapons. What are we supposed to use? Harsh language?
Sorry, Allison.
Yeah.
Al says to me this was Star Wars at its finest, but I am biased because Obi-Wan has always been my favorite character.
That's fine.
And then Al says Reva isn't around after the show in the timeline, so they needed to put George Lucas out of the way to make her the hand of Vader. Yeah. And that's the other thing is we know that he has to Grand Inquisitor is around for other stuff. So what is wrong with Star Wars fans, for fuck's sake? Jason P is my man. The Pemberton is a good man. Mark says can't watch anymore. I'm going to see it later. All right, bye, Mark. Bowen says it stinks. Bowen
The
says
negative space under the hat almost looks like a fist going.
It does. I didn't think Reva was that Reva, whatever.
yeah, say however you want.
Bad.
It's your night, Max.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third
yeah.
sister.
Baymax says episode 1 felt really like the prequels. Good pacing. Episode 2 felt a bit clunky. The tube guys are my favorite. I still don't know what he means.
I'm gonna
taking some screenshots of them, and he's gonna send it.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, did he already do that or?
No.
He said check your
okay.
DM.
Okay, he sent me. Okay, wait. Okay, the worms. Yeah, I called them the worms.
Oh, all right.
In my head, that's what they were. So the worms. He means those little things. Yeah, it's kind of more like tentacle guys, right? Kind of like tentacles. Maybe
Cozy
they're
just did the thing he's complaining about.
what? Me?
Cozy just did the thing he's complaining about.
Why are people on the stream so obsessed with talking about theory? This is Star Wars. This is making a Star Wars channel, not his. Yeah, that's true.
You just did it though. Thanks.
Grand Inquisitor is in a Bacta tank and will be reborn as Jason Isaac's version. Yeah, I mean, it could happen. It's possible.
Jason Isaac Ward. What?
At least
I'm holding to my Inquisitor Snokes theory, but we'll see. I just love the name.
God, that would be.
What if like at the end we get like a scene and Palpatine's like, what if we take Snoke but make him tiny and give him a spinning lightsaber? I'm like, wow, that's how the Grand Inquisitor came about. Sorry. Atlee Green says, I yelled at my screen every time Obi-Wan took his hood off while trying to escape with Leia. I really enjoyed the show.
Mohawk is being very, very, very bad right now.
Well, he's the boss.
Just saying.
Mohawk's the boss. Mohawk does what he wants. Mohawk does what he wants. You think you're the boss? Mohawk's the boss.
No.
Dan the Man says, if we get a season 2, do you think we'll get Corky, Kryze, Maul, or a deranged Mace? I honestly don't think if we get a season 2, it will be what we would conceptualize as a season 2. Does that make sense? Like I think it would be like another miniseries with the same characters, what it would essentially be. Probably. That's my take. What do you think, Max?
I'm being sarcastic right now.
Yeah, but I don't know what you said though.
No, I was just gonna say, well, nothing.
Okay. Dan the Man says, so now that Leia knows Ben is a Jedi, did she not put 2 and 2 together when she made that recording asking Obi-Wan for help? Yeah, that's like a valid question to ask. I don't really know. I mean, I think you can make sense of it. You know what I mean? That she was just being very formal about it. I don't know, but we'll have to see.
She made reference that she knew who Ben Kenobi was when Luke mentioned it. So I think that
Wait, does he call him Ben to her?
and when she's
here with Ben
rescued in the
Kenobi.
Death Star,
Kenobi.
Yeah.
he goes, "I'm here with Ben Kenobi," and he
Ben
goes,
Kenobi, who is
Where
it?
is
Or
he?
where is he? Where
Yeah.
is he? Yeah.
Yeah, and when he says that, she seems to like know who he is, but she goes Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maybe she thinks Ben and Obi-Wan are like brothers.
It doesn't make any less sense than dropping the son of Anakin Skywalker off on his home planet where he was a famous race car driver named Skywalker.
But-
so like, you just kind of have to let that shit go. Like,
Yeah, but we're trying to figure out how do you rationalize the canon?
I think you're right. Had that message been intercepted, giving up her father's entire,
No. See,
career
I thought that for like 5 minutes. That
You
was a random
once-
shower thought, but it was completely wrong because at that point the cat's already in the bag and they blow up Alderaan because they know they know.
but she
what
didn't
he
know that
is.
when she made the recording.
that Alderaan would
You
get
know?
blown up. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
she didn't know.
I
She had no
think
idea
I
they were
think
going to destroy Alderaan.
I think the gloves are already off at that point though, like between everyone because he's already like at the base and everything like that. But I was gonna throw it out there.
She's not
though.
acting like I knew you were going to blow up my planet.
Yeah,
I knew it.
yeah.
That's not how she's. She's not doing that. She's like, what? Remember?
Yeah. But Dan the Man says, so now that Leia is known Ben as a Jedi. Okay, we're doing that one. The score was disappointing. Even Book of Boba had some bangers. I don't know. I don't know if I would say it was disappointing yet. Because everything like the show is going to be a slow build into the hero coming back. So you're not gonna have a guy who's like, and they're like, I mean, it would be like it would not fit. So they're doing like the subdued thing.
I liked
But
there's a lot of music.
But I will
liked it.
concede if we get to the point where he's and he's back, and then the music is like sad piano one noting it. Point taken. You know what I mean?
That's gonna happen.
Mark says, bruh, Reva barely had any screen time, and they're going to bitch about her, even though it was all Obi-Wan. Of course, because they're going to focus on what makes them the most angry. Jordan, what do you guys think of Reva knowing who Vader truly is? I'm fine with it. I don't think he's fucking Clark Kent. I don't think this is like known Superman's identity here. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I mean, isn't it kind of weird if Darth Vader just comes out of nowhere and is like Darth Vader? I mean, if you want to like rationalize it and look at it from any kind of realistic place, it's almost weirder if Darth Vader just shows up, though, in a lot of ways. It's all weird, though.
When Luke calls Vader Anakin Skywalker, he doesn't go, "No one knows. It's quiet." He goes, "That name no longer has any meaning to me."
No, you didn't pay attention. He goes, "Shh, people are listening."
Yeah. They must never know I once pod raced. It would be embarrassing.
Was it that scene from Jurassic Park where the Seinfeld guy's there and he's like, "It's such and such. He's here.
Oh, yeah.
It's such and such. Everybody look. No one cares."
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's fucking Darth Vader though. So you're not gonna bring it up.
It's Darth
if you
Vader.
know what I mean though? Like people aren't gonna be like, hey, you were Anakin. Like he's gonna kill you. You didn't even talk to him. Like you don't even yeah. So it's just like I think it's probably I mean, you could look at it as being an open secret that Tarkin knows and people all around know, but nobody talks about it. It's like, well, now there's a Sith guy now, so it's it would be like, I mean, it would be like Muhammad Ali's walking by and you're like, Cassius, he's gonna fucking punch you in the face. He's like, I'm Muhammad Ali now, I'm not saying it's a Sith Lord thing. I'm saying it's somebody who's a powerful person who's taking a new name. You go with what they want to be called. Al says, I love that he introduced himself as Ben to Leia. It makes it so much more meaningful when she names her son Ben.
I agree.
Louis says, hi guys in chat. I haven't watched it yet. Is it good? I think so, but apparently and thank you, Baymax, for sending that earlier. Dan said, any scoops on Kevin and Taika's movie? I'll take something on Jedi. They haven't honestly, I can't scoop something that hasn't happened yet to the most part, or that's even written yet. So I'll try though. Patrick says, never thought of that. Al. That does make Leia naming her son Ben make more sense. Yeah, it does. Tom says, Reva owned the Grand Inquisitor. He dead. Makes no sense for him to come back after that.
He did. And by the way, it's pronounced Bean, not Ben. If it's Reva, it's Bean.
Bean Kenobi.
Yeah, Mr. Bean Kenobi. Yeah,
Mhm.
Sad.
Where have you been, Ben? Where have you been?
I believe it's I
He
believe
dead.
I think it's Bean Kenobi. I think it's Kenobi.
No, just reminds me of that time there was that leprechaun in the hood. Everyone was like, "Look, have you seen this?" And they drew a drawing of it. You know, is he dead?
Rob, I went to the first celebration, and Warwick Davis is there, and they're like, "Oh, what he's talking about playing Wald and the Weasel and all this stuff in the movie." And somebody like raises their hand. They're all, "Warwick, I'm just wondering what your next movie is." And he's like, "Well, it's Leprechaun in the Hood." And you could tell he was just like,
God bless him.
He was just kind of
God
like, shit ain't going well right
Folks,
now.
Just watch Life is Short if you've never
Yeah.
seen it, because it just it's so good, man. You got a great Liam Neeson cameo on there.
And it wasn't like he thought it was funny. He wasn't like he was laughing at it.
Yeah.
He was just like, I'm Leprechaun in the Hood, And yeah.
It's a living,
Allison, what are you? Which state are you in?
I'm in Massachusetts.
Okay, just wondering.
I'm actually probably at the jump out soon. It's 20 past 3 here, and I'm tired.
Yeah. If you need to go to bed, by all means, crash out. You're always welcome to come back when you're awake. So just tell me, and I'll send you.
I did wonder where you've been, though.
I've just been busy, and MS has been really, really hard on me lately. Like the past week, especially, has just been hell. I got exposed to COVID. That was fun.
But
Luckily,
I didn't get it.
Didn't get
Nice.
it. But
Good job.
it was definitely scary for a few days because
Yeah,
that could have really messed me up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're good too. Well, why don't you one of these afternoons when you feel like it, just send me the thing, and I'll send you the old invite, and you're welcome to come back every time there's an episode if you want to stay up to.
Yeah, well, I had fun doing that, watching it with you guys, so it was good. It was good seeing you, Rob. Good seeing you, Max. It's always good seeing you, Jason. And I will talk with you all later.
Night.
Good night.
Night.
And hey, babe, Bill Miller, how's it going, dude? Yeah. So Zachary, Sean, the dialogue wasn't MCU quipped or like the prequels. It was like the prequels. They would have said it's settled then at least once per episode.
the way they've explained it, if you get the Marvel Studios book, because they analyzed Star Wars and they just said they called it a comedy with stakes, and that's what they sort of wrapped the MCU around, was comedies with stakes.
Yeah.
This feels more like a drama with some comedic moments. I would not call Obi-Wan a comedy with stakes. Mando has more comedic moments with stakes. I'd say Mando kind of falls more in line with that.
Yeah, well, I think it's interesting that you said Mando as I'm reading this one, as Atlee says, Reva had a great presence, but she sounded out of place to me for Star Wars, and it's like we had Bill Burr bringing the Bostonian voice in. So in a way, I mean, once again, I think if they had gone British, it would have been just really obvious. And I liked it, but she did have a few moments here and there though that where I was like a few scenes that I thought felt flat, like the fifth brother one, that I think might have hurt that overall. But I have to watch it again. I'm gonna watch it again tomorrow. I'll tell you what I think. Mark says Star Wars Theory said don't hate on the actor. Okay.
We're talking about this.
Yeah. Overall, it was great, but sometimes it seemed like it was shot by an iPhone.
Yeah.
That's the 4K thing. That I mean, truly, these look like when people notice that, it's because it's fucking 4K. It's like the 4K camera looking thing, and that doesn't look like film. Bill Miller said, "Just wanted to send my love to you all. Now I got to watch the episodes. I haven't been around and wanted to say, hey, Bill. Yeah, I was wondering where you were." But
about the 4K thing, I'll say that when I watched these shows with my wife we have a 3D plasma downstairs from 2012. It's 1080p. they look better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, than when I have a Bravia 950 or whatever 4K, and you can see all the clamping and compression and like. I would say, folks, like unless there's like a real depth of field or some like I don't know what they do in the cinematography room, you know, in post production on the films, but films tend to have a different look than TV no matter what they do, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Andor might be challenging we'll see how the final product turns out, you know. And Stranger Things I think is pretty good at getting away with that, but look at the money they spend on it, right? So again, it just might be this was done on a budget, and that's fine. I just think like putting it right next to film footage is it doesn't, you know what I mean? Like it's a little jarring. So
Yeah.
whatever.
What are you gonna do though? Atlee says Jawas are smarter than everyone. They bounced when the Inquisitors arrived, while everyone else just stood there.
Smart.
Yeah.
I wish they did snake Nari's hands though. That would have been fun.
Zachary says, I wish people would be specific about what they didn't like instead of just saying like something like what's cringe or whatever. Cringe isn't a critique. Baymax says one Jack got more screen time than Forlom in Empire Strikes Back. I did.
They never said his name. They should have been no one Jack. You know, like just they should have just yelled that. Like no,
yeah,
being facetious.
Wesley says these episodes were everything he hoped for. So I'm glad. Oh, we lost Max. Oh my God, Thundercat is totally gonna mod out the Grand Inquisitor. They'll arrive on their Vespas. Ronnie is like 16, says Jimmy McKay. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Was remember I just thought about this when I was watching Top Gun today. Remember when we were like watching the Willow trailer, and I was like, I think I know the little guy. What is he? Is he from the original Willow? I think he might be the guy who plays R2D2, Jimmy V or something like that. I need to check into that. I remember that during Top Gun, and now it just my brain just went back to Willow. Hello, Willow. Willow's a magical little guy. Baymax says, long snoot, Garandan. Yeah. Luz says, Reva was okay. Moses' interrupting was hit and miss for me. Baymax says, if I ever cosplay at Celebration, I'm going in an air vent tube.
Like how they gave the Gonk droid something to do. Didn't see that coming.
What did it do?
He's the one when they're checking out their cards to get money. It's Gonk. Saying Gonk.
Yeah.
Gonk.
Right.
Yeah.
Little.
It's got something to do, man.
They probably want to add those into Disneyland. Bowen says, I'm so sad at how bad the show is. I was so optimistic and they just had to make it cringy.
You probably shouldn't watch episodes 1, 2, and 3. The movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say if it was that bad to you, I would just bounce on the show. It's not going to get better for you. Patrick says, I agree, Jason. Reva was fine overall, but doesn't seem evil. More just trying to get ahead in her career. Yeah, I think that's maybe the difference. But Baymax says Rob on point with the wipes.
Yeah, you want to wipe. Make sure you wipe, folks, and wash your hands afterward.
Max wipe, okay?
She's like,
Chilean says Bell Organa mentioned Purgles. That's our Ahsoka tidbit for the show. Yeah, the Purgles are those wells, Lightspeed wells. Jimmy McKee says I'd give it 7 out of 10. I'm lukewarm on children characters running from the hero and didn't like the weird Reva parkour at times. Yeah, that I kind of didn't like that either. It was like once again it was very slow and floaty. Otherwise, I look forward to where this is going.
It's the weird cat leap too, where she like leaps forward. And
the cat leap was
that is so. It's like, is she part cat? Like, did I miss something? She got a tail.
Do you think it was? Do you think it was Thundercat? Was that Thundercat's idea? Yeah.
I don't know. They just keep cutting back to it. It takes her a long time to get like 3 buildings over. Like it's just I don't know. Like it's just I like the editor. Dixon, right? She's really good, but the editing on episode 2, there's scenes where they're just cutting one to another. Like it's like almost like we cut too much and now we're trying to trim it down, and it's like maybe just let it play out longer, I guess. I don't know. Like, but the parkour stuff was I keep yelling parkour.
Yeah, so that's what Paul says. Paul says he doesn't like that Obi-Wan found out from Reva. Would have been cooler in a fight if Vader was like, Luke, I'm your father, if it was like that kind of thing. But I kind of like that he like lived like in a weird way, like Obi-Wan coming back and all that stuff, and then he like literally like they connect, like Vader's waking up and then they connect to each other and then he says Anakin, kind of like that though. I think it was a little more internal, but I'm gonna watch it again and take that into consideration, see if I agree or disagree on my next watch. Neil says, thoroughly enjoyed both episodes. Doesn't look quite as good as Andor. Moses and Kamal's acting were high points for me, while Benny Safdie's was not.
Nari was
Nari, Nari is kind of inconsequential. I just don't really, sorry, Nari.
Yeah, but Nari is his inciting incident in a way,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is Nari's just the rabbit that runs in and brings the wolves. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. I didn't really notice his acting as being bad, but I didn't really think it. I don't really think it was like that important. But when I watch this 500 more times, I'll probably end up having some very, very deep thoughts on it. But Mark says, anyone played Battlefront 2? The Emperor is a robot hologram.
I thought Mark was bailing. He's like, I'm busy. I gotta leave. By the
he
way,
came back because he's like, you know what? I gotta tell
an
you
hour
guys,
later,
this robot hologram.
playing Battlefront. Can someone tell me how long episode 2 is? By the way, they're robots and Emperor. All right.
Yeah, Kenneth says your reporting these past few months is outstanding. You were right. Tell your sister you were right. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Star Wars News Net thinks probably going to say they got the Lola name now too, I guess.
They got the one fucking thing wrong, the Forlom. Like,
oh yeah, I mean,
they really hung their hat on that Forlom.
Yeah, no,
and the way you looked at me when I said that name.
And on that one, I mean, I could see why. You know what I mean? I think that was like a fair one, but it's just not really fair when I've run like 5 stories with Anchorhead in it and be like exclusive Anchorhead, and I've been talking about Leia and this little droid for like weeks, and they're like, oh, exclusive. Well, I didn't watch the YouTube video. I'm making fucking Star Wars, dude. You know exactly who I am. You wish you were me. I know you've told my sources that you wish you were me, bitch. Oh, it's true. Baymax said, I like Ewan's acting when he finds out Anakin is alive. He said that well. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Ewan's great.
After he died in Return of the Jedi. Ewan died in Return of the Jedi. Hope Emperor is in Andor.
Could care less.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. Like I said, like it all has to just fit, not just because it would be cool, like Marvel can do that because they could just like be like, it's superhero A, B, or C. They could interchange them for fun. In Star Wars, people have very specific places that they only belong. I know I'm making some Marvel person go, actually, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you can fucking put the fucking Wonder Twins and fucking Aquaman here, take Aquaman out, put fucking Wonder Woman. It's but like the Emperor, like they have specific places that they belong, and the Emperor is just not going to go to Daiyu, for instance, and like start like looking for fucking the guy who burned off Anakin's dick. He doesn't care. He probably wants him dead, but it's probably like not that big of a deal. That's my take anyway. Jaconator says, I wish they could have dug more on how he got the name Ben.
It's Bean. It's not Ben, it's Bean.
I think it's Benito.
Let me ask George. George, what is it? It's Bean. It's Bean Kenobi. On set one.
Benito.
Change it.
Obi-Wan.
Yeah. That's Bean Kenobi.
Benito Obi-Wan.
And he said Ben. Oh, actually, Satine called him Ben in the Clone Wars.
It's Benicio Kenobi. Don't fuck with me.
Luke loved it. Said the only thing I didn't love was Reva in episode 2. That cat part was fucking dumb. The cat part, the more I'm looking back on it.
What part?
Just trying to find consistency in the characters. You know what I mean? It's just like an odd move that comes out of nowhere. It's like, that's one of those things where, like Nick Gillard, when you were talking about not being part of the lightsaber fights, right? And one of the things he would say is each style of sword fighting per person kind of like dictates their character. You know, like what Darth Maul's doing says something about who he is, how Qui-Gon is defensive a lot of the times, you know, like, and Anakin and Ben's a little bit more aggressive in the Phantom Menace where he's like doing the fake outs and like those things all matter. And when she does that, I'm like, I'm not seeing that in her character anywhere in the show. Like that just comes out of nowhere. Like, oh, it's a cool move. Yeah, okay, you can do a lot of cool moves, but like,
Yeah.
all right, you know.
Baymax says, Jason, did you know about Leia fall scene and Obi-Wan catching her? I knew about the challenge with the Force, but I thought it happened a little bit differently, but it was just more because of like the way that it was explained to me. I thought that because she was like, you know, not trusting him because he's all bloody and shit. And then I thought that it was after that she was like, oh, use the Force then or something like that. But I didn't really get that they were like completely like in a different moment. But I think they must have filmed those things together or like very close together, because that's why it was told to me that way. Rey was supposed to be in Kenobi's kid, would have been so much more sense. I don't think Disney is retconning anything. I just don't think it is what it is. I don't think anybody's dead, personally. We'll have to see, though. Brandon says, just finished. Was hoping for a more better aggressive negotiation. Yeah, they're saving that for, you know, the lightsaber stuff for the Darth Vader fight. Like that's the impression I have. Mark Stevenson says, cannot remake the original Star Wars movies. Okay. I'll do what I want, though. If I want to, I will. Luke Miller says,
Well, fuck. What am I doing tomorrow then?
well,
Plans canceled.
no.
That's what I was up to.
Also, Filoni was involved, so I'm sure that the Grand Inquisitor was. Yeah, Filoni. I mean, they probably worked out a plan. There's probably something to it, but yes, Meg.
I always got a plan. Always got a plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Meg did tell me about R2 and 3PO, and yeah, but I just knew that R2 and 3PO like didn't do anything, so that's why I was like, okay, but makes sense. Makes complete sense. So, and yeah, so anyways, my chat's fucking up. Meg says the first 2 episodes were amazing. What are people on? That's where I'm at with it too, Meg. I think it's pretty fucking good. I think it's pretty good Star Wars, you know. So Star Wars News.net -1, making Star Wars 100%. Yeah, but I will say, like, what they're going to generally speaking going to do to me is, like, you know, like they're going to just start going, well, he said this, you know, it'll become like a whole, you know, thing about orders. But I was super clear. I heard what they were filming and I put it into an order that made logical sense as opposed to what the motivations would be. And so, like, you know, that's why but my I think my breakdown was so far pretty on, you know. And yeah, but I like it. So far, I mean, my first watch, I was pretty pleased. And sorry, not sorry, Nari. Sorry, not sorry, Nari. Zachary says, not much from Baru in episode 1. I'm guessing she'll be there at the end. Yeah, I was laughing when we were watching it because I had the subtitles on, and it's all Baru laughs. I didn't hear her laugh a little bit, but at all. I was like, you know, is what it is though. And Max, are you coming to hang out from the downtown Disney training post? Max is in Texas, right, Max?
I mean, yeah. I wish I was in. I wish I was in Star Wars Celebration, but I'm in Texas right now.
Thank you, Meg. Meg says this is Jason's day. The most reliable leaker delivers again.
The most reliable leaker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I told you. I told you.
Squirting.
I squirt. I don't leak. I squirt. The Reva parkour was probably my least favorite part, but I think I was distracted while Flea was chasing Leia, which seems to be a lot of people's biggest complaint. Yeah, me too. I think I had like a kid on my lap, and I was like, "Oh, dude!" My son went with me and was sitting on me all during Top Gun, and then we got here, and I was like, "I can't take this anymore. I'm sore."
You know who he reminds me of, Jason? Who
Fleet?
was that character actor? Yeah, Fleet, the character actor that was in Road Warrior, but he was in Weird Science as well, right? That bald guy with the weird face, you know, like, and he plays one of those biker guys. He looks kind of like, he has that kind of like that dude look. Weird Science, you know, is one of those weird Road Warrior bikers that shows up. And you always see him like in a film in the 80s. He's one of those dudes.
Okay.
And he has the same look.
You're not thinking of the guy who plays Tion Madon, are you?
No.
Not Bruce Spence, right?
I'll get you a damn. Oh no, I'll get you the pick. Jeez.
Okay.
Go, oh
yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Luz says, if anything, it was Leia's show, laugh out loud. Disney was right to warn Moses about the fandom. The chuds are losing their mind. Really? Yeah, I mean, the cat thing sucked, but, whatever. Does Anakin wake up when Obi-Wan says his name? Yeah, the edit definitely almost played that way. And they also seem to have moved that part out of the post credits.
This guy.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that guy's
Kind of reminds me of that dude.
Yeah. He's kind of like the real sloth from Goonies.
Yeah. All right. So
yeah. But yeah, so the way that I heard it was like filmed was Obi-Wan starting to make a disturbance is what wakes him up. And you're like, oh shit. And it was like, they were calling it the post credits when they were filming it. And then what we got, it was just the last scene. So once again, I guess I got it wrong. But I
think though, I get like it's the tone for the Mando, but I do like the concept art in the credits. Just so I don't know. I like seeing it. It's a nice difference of whatever.
Well, was there concept art in the credits for this? Because I think somebody said I missed it, and I was like, maybe I skipped it, but
no, I highlighted it. I'll go back and check. But
yeah, no, I Jason's the most reliable squirter. Reba was almost as unlikable as Rob. Uh-oh, you got a fan.
Gosh.
Darth Maximus says also, all hell Amhead. And Max was hoping you made
my
it.
My mother apparently has come back from the dead and is now tweeting as non-to. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, there's no concept art in the credits.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna okay, so Bayna says, yeah, I missed it as it wasn't there. Okay. See, I thought you were saying like I missed it, like I hit next and I missed it. I didn't watch it. It was there, but I didn't watch it. And I was like, I follow you. I follow. But yeah, well, I think we said it all. You guys feel like you said it all? You guys want to go to sleep? Nighty night?
Yes.
Or you want to go for another hour?
This Toys R Us, they gotta shut the lights off eventually. They just can't leave it on all night.
Dude, there's this like crime channel that I follow on YouTube, and I heard the story about this like guy who like was an escaped, like he used to rob McDonald's by going into the ceilings, and he was like wanted all over the world or all over the state, all over the country, and he just kept robbing McDonald's all over the place by going into the top, and he was like really polite. It was like kind of like I was like, this story's badass. But it gets even crazier because he eventually goes into a Toys R Us and like just like fucking like digs a hole behind the bike rack and makes like a cave, and then starts living in the Toys R Us and coming out at night and eating baby food and playing with the toys. And then he becomes like a member of the local church and he starts donating the toys from Toys R Us to the local church. Then he digs a tunnel into the Circuit City and turns the Circuit City into a fucking like bat cave. It was the craziest story. Like, you got to watch this one of these days. It was fucking wild, man. But yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to get more excited about that criminal than Obi-Wan Kenobi, but that was a really good story. Fucking Max is just rude. Max just leaves. Max is just like, I'm done.
No, I'm having connection problems right now.
I know, man. I'm just fucking with you. But thank you for staying up with us.
Sorry, Nari.
Are you a sorry Nari? I want to play it, but oh no, we got girls and boys and all kinds of stuff. All right. I saw Top Gun tonight. It was pretty good, man. Gotta say, it was pretty good.
Yeah, we could talk about it Saturday.
Yeah, we'll do
gotta do it separate because people are just gonna come to Star Wars.
Oh my god,
talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, but yeah, I hope everybody had fun. All in all, I'd say yeah. But I'm tired, so I'm gonna go to sleep. I hope everybody had a good time. But we'll be back tomorrow, I think, probably talking about what's going on with Star Wars and
Me
stuff.
too.
Yeah, Max too. All right. And then maybe I'm gonna play it because I gotta play it. I gotta play it one day.
Sorry, Nari.
Always call before you visit. Jedi teaching number 1.
Sorry, Nari.
I'm on a secret mission. I'm not your friend. Bury your lightsaber. Get the fuck out.
Sorry, Nari.
Soft little feet getting in the sky. It wasn't to be with Kenobi.
Sorry, Nari.
Reva show. Reva show. Sorry, Nari. You gotta go.
Sorry, Nari.
I gotta say the song is pretty
final
on.
push. It's that final push I love. It's time to go.
Now you had a-
It's time to
Now you have
go.
to remix my song.
Like, it's such Japanese karaoke moment for you, bro. Like, I love it.
I was just like, you know what? I was like, I'm gonna do each verse one time. I'm not doing it twice. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. It says what each one is, and that's what came out. It's
Like, you
improv.
could
It's
have took
almost
the
like a
easy
serious
rhyme when he
little
says, "I'm not
dance
your
song.
friend." When he says, "I'm not your friend," you could have said, "Bury your lightsaber in the sand." Like, that's too easy. But then you said, "Just get the fuck out of here." Just get like that is no one else would do that, Jason. That's what I love about it.
It's so stupid. All right, good night, everyone.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
You know you should go.
Come on, let's go. It's not about spaceships.